Hello, Overdrive. Hello, hello. Welcome to Overdrive. And I'm going live from the basement. One of the coldest basements in the Bay. That is a fact. It's not too bad today, though. It's not too bad today. I'm not mad at all. Not mad at all. KGY, what up? Tell them to hit that like button, fam. You know how they be playing me on my like. Mara, it's a vow because that in love feeling will have highs and lows outside of my deal breakers, cheating, abuse, addiction. I'm vowing to ride it out. You rewriting your vows, huh? Fair enough. You get to write your own vows, so fair enough. That's what's in your vows. No cheating, no abuse, no addiction. Okay. From what I heard, if you relax enough, it's both of them. Both of them. Okay. All right. That's what y'all say, huh? Huh. You know what? I'm going to drop the link early today, too. I'm going to drop the link early today because I need some of the lovely ladies to make me understand what I don't understand. Because I'll be off. I'll be dead wrong. And I need y'all to enlighten me. I'll be dead wrong, and I need y'all to enlighten me. Delon, 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 Delon. Well, hello, Empress Adira. How are you? How are you? You, as a married woman, might have a lot of insight upon this topic today as we dive into it. Mr. C, Mr. C. What's the word? What's the word? What is the word? You see, I got the heavens behind me, right? Ah, because we on a spiritual journey and a spiritual conversation today. Sal, what up, Sal? What's going on, bro? Yeah, we about to get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more water though. I only got one bottle. That ain't gonna be enough. Mm-mm. It won't be enough. Well, hello, love. See, how are you? How are you? Listen, you another married woman that might have some insight that I can borrow today. Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? Oh, okay, we got Rihanna in the building. Well, hello, Miss Rihanna. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Overdrive. Some of y'all, some of y'all were with me earlier today as we got into a never-ending conflict about this topic between a wide range of men, basically, right? I added them, Mr. Fantastic was involved with the conversation. My guy Cheeky Banner, he was mainly just laughing at the craziness that was said. Yeah, OG Rep, yeah, we was getting into it. We was getting into it. We was getting into it. But you know me, we gonna break it down. Yeah, we gonna break it down. I'm not gonna overcomplicate nothing. I'm gonna keep it simple, but we got to tell the truth. We can't be doing this. We can't be doing this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. So let me adjust some things here. Change this. Mm-hmm. Adjust that. Move that. Okay. Hmm. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. That's right. See, I'm in the clouds. I'm in the cloud. I'm not high though. I'm not high though. Sharon, you already know we about to get into it. You know we about to get into it, bro. I had to get up off the other stream because it was just I had to calm it down a little bit. It was about to go bad. It was about to go bad. I was about to say some stuff that I normally would say, but I reserved those for my thoughts because you can't kill me for my thoughts. You can't kill me for my thoughts. Mm-mm-mm. What you said? They had me frustrated. They was getting on my nerves. I can only I can only pretend that they make sense for so long. I can only pretend that what they say makes sense for so long. That's it. Only for so long can I say, well, this makes sense. But what I will do is I'm gonna call them out on their BS, and I will acknowledge you when you're right. I will concede points. I will lean into your insight in a lot of areas. But when you start to just make stuff up, uh, don't follow with any actual evidence. I can't do it. I can't do it. Peace, love, and Netflix and chill. How are you? How are you? Now listen, I hope you had wonderful holidays. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. Uh, Make sure you add that chill on there. Ain't nothing like having a little peace, love, and a little Netflix and chill. Ain't nothing like it. And you smiling in your photo. See, y'all, see, man. It's where they say that. Whew, is what up is, yeah, you already know what it's about to be. You already know what it's about to be. Is I'm about to dive into it. We're gonna see who telling the truth. We're gonna see who lying. We're gonna expose the fake and the real cell. The real shall how would you say rise. The real shall rise, right? And hopefully when the real is exposed, most of y'all follow the real. But I know a lot of y'all gonna fall off the mountain. Some of y'all gonna walk off a cliff in order to hold strong to y'all stringent beliefs, right? But we here to share insight, to enlighten one another, and to destroy each other's arguments when it's blasphemous. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said it. Oh, you all about the face, huh? Okay, well, shout out to you. I don't know how to say that. Is it Zally? Okay. Well, hello, Miss Zally. Yeah, you gonna have to come on the panel for me to say your name properly. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm gonna just be honest with you. But shout out to you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, supporting. We appreciate it. Yeah, I stopped you for a reason. Yeah, I stopped you for a reason. I already knew I was gonna touch on this conversation, so I said nope. I'm not about to add. Plus, I was ready to go. My time was ticking. I was about to get up out of there, and I just was waiting for the right moment. You know me, I'm all about timing, right? You gotta. Ooh, once you said like a book about to just out of there. Got up out of there. Got up out of there. Well, hello, CC. Y'all know my girl CC. She from the UK, so she got an accent. If I one day I'm gonna be able to be blessed to have her on my panel. One of these days, she gonna stop being shy because she is really dope. She's super cool, but she a little shy to come on these panels. So I'm gonna need her to pull up one of the time. Arlise, yeah, shout out to Arlise. Y'all know I love Arlise. That hater podcast was trying to hate on my girl, and I'm not having it. No, I'm not having it. And he gonna get what's coming to him because we don't do no hating over here. I don't believe in hating. You know what I'm saying? That's just wrong. Wasting your time. It's too much stuff for you to do than to be a hater. You know what I'm saying? So Arlise, shout out to you. We ain't gonna let the haters stop us. My guy King, what's up, King? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yes, yes, yes. What's today? Monday. Yeah, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday. That's right. That's right, Brittany. I'm in my white, my pure look today. You know what I'm saying? It's all pure. You know what I mean? I thought about dyeing my beard white. I mean, it's gonna get grayed real soon. I'm gonna be grayed out, but I thought about dyeing it white to follow the whole concept. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. You know how it go. Point five. What up, point five? That is my peoples right there. Always holding us down. What up? Cheeky said, but to bring the terror to you. Hey, listen. Shout out to my brother Cheeky. Hey man, if y'all don't rock with Cheeky, y'all missing out on a lot in life, man. Super, super dope person, man. I swear, y'all lucky. We are lucky to have somebody have access to his mind, have access to his spirit, and all these dope things about him. So listen. I never take it for granted. I appreciate him over here all the time. You know, I rock with him. Well, hello, Amber. Oh, y'all know I love me some Amber too. It's about to Amber. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Just work with me, right? Don't give up on it, brother. Work with me. Work with me, because what I'm about to say is gonna be what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it, even though I probably shouldn't. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Hold on. He shouldn't wear white. That's not the tradition. Like it ain't about the groom. See, even the man actually don't really wear white. We can, but we don't actually do that. That's y'all that be faking. You know, how many guys you been with? I can't say one because they know that's a lie. If I say two, I don't count that. It happened in 5th grade. I mean, I did do a little something in the bathroom, but that don't count. He wasn't my boy. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do. So like, let's not even play these games. April, how are you, April? Shout out to April. She from New York, but I like shout out to April. I can't get it out. I can't get it. I'm trying, but I'm trying because she's from New York, so it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me. It really, really is. But shout out to everybody if y'all was just rocking out with Cheeky. I know he was live. If he's still live, I'm not sure, but he got the conversation started with this trauma thing. So I'm gonna pull it back. We're gonna pull it back to this traditional stuff, this love stuff, this marriage stuff that y'all love to talk about. In the sense of that's what y'all all want. Y'all all want love and y'all all want marriage. That's what y'all say. Oh, you like being this white? Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. It was just sitting in the closet. So I just pulled out. I said, you know, let me throw some white on. Honestly, I just like, if it was me, I just wear the same damn hoodie every day if I could. But y'all be hating on me, calling me a bum, which I am, but I don't want y'all to call me one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But shout out, thank you, April. I appreciate you. You almost get me to make an exception for New York, but an exception for you and you only. Cause I don't make many exceptions for New York. I can't. I'm still. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. I am fighting it. Look, so yeah, Cheeky is dope. Listen, that is my guy, no doubt. Like I said, don't take him for granted. Don't take his mind for granted. Don't take his spirit for granted. Don't take his genuineness for granted. Don't do it. You won't find many people like him. Just be honest. Let's just be honest. Just say thank you, bro. I don't do good with compliments. So I don't never respond, just thank you. It makes me uncomfortable. So whenever I'm uncomfortable, I start talking a lot. Good thing I found YouTube where I can talk a lot, right? Now I'm just playing. Thank you, April. Thank you. But listen. Let's, you know what? I'm gonna drop the link early today because what I'm about to say, y'all probably gonna click the link to try to shed me. I'm gonna drop it right now. I don't even hold y'all up. Ain't gonna even do it. Let me drop this link here. Hopefully OG don't pull up on me. I already know what he gonna say. I already know what the OG gonna say. So I'm gonna just drop the link now. All right. So shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe, support. We are probably about 200 people away from getting to that 1,000 mark. So I appreciate all the support. We gonna get there. As long as we keep working, as long as we keep grinding, it ain't nothing but time on our side. Let's rock out though, right? Now I did drop a poll, right? Let me see. I think I did. Yes. If y'all haven't taken the poll, please take the poll. I want to get y'all insight. I haven't dropped a poll in a minute since I hit this new channel. So I'm gonna drop one just for y'all. And Iz, I see you, bro. Let me just get into this and I'm gonna pull you right up, Brody. Let me see what y'all say. I think I gave y'all enough time. I think we got a good balance of some of the votes right now, so we can get it started, right? But let's just see where we at right now, right? Let's just see where we. All right, so this is where we at. Right now. Right now, we're looking at about the question. The poll says, "Is marriage a vow or is it love?" And I gave the third option for if it's both, right? Because I know a lot of women are indecisive, right? And then a lot of men are emotional like women, so they indecisive, right? So I gave that option out there, right? And I just wanted to see where I'm trying to get a baseline of where we can work at right here, right? And so right now we got about 56% people saying it's a vow, 5% of people saying love, 39% saying both. So right now vows are leading the cause, right? Love is a very, very small percentage, and then both, the combination means it requires both in most people's eyes. It is about 40%, right? That's interesting to me. So, right. So, is marriage love? I don't know. Is marriage a vow? I don't know, right? The question is, what is love? Right? What is love? I know what your answer is. It's subjective, right? We already covered that. Love is subjective. It is an emotion. It is a feeling, right? Okay. Okay. Now y'all saw OG on the last. Oh, me and OG kind of got into it in a friendly way, but he kept telling us, "Look here, this generation trying to change what marriage is. That's cap. No, they not, because you actually can't change what marriage is. It's defined. Marriage is actually defined, and that's the thing that troubles me with people when they don't realize that they changing things to try to make their narrative right. It's just the truth, right? Have y'all ever heard? Oh, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. And be dead honest. If y'all lie to me, my feelings will be hurt for 5 seconds. I'm just asking y'all. How many of y'all, just put a one in the chat if it's yes and a two if it's no. How many of y'all, well, it's the male version, the female version, would marry the richest person in the world if y'all had the opportunity? The richest person in the world. They're available for marriage and they want to marry you. How many of you would marry the richest person in the world? I just want a one for yes and a two for no. And I just want y'all to be honest. Hmm. 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 Love C says, no, I would not marry the richest person in the world. Okay. Angela says, yes. Okay. Fair enough. Proud to be an American says, nah, I'm cool. I only want the richest person in the world. CC says no, right? Gville says no. Okay. Lady says no. Interesting. That's a half, so that means you're torn, I guess. I don't know what the hell that means. Mr. C says two, right? At age 25, that's a one. Okay, so you're breaking it down to a science, right? So this is really interesting, right? I have questions laughing out before I ask. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all a bunch of liars. Where Ricky at? I can't wait till Ricky come in here and put it in the chat. They liars. How many times have you heard a woman say, is he rich? Sure, if he rich, I'll marry him and divorce him for half his money. Like, y'all need to stop these lies. We know y'all have the opportunity to marry the richest person in the world. Y'all gonna do it. I don't know why y'all lie like this. I can't stand you liars. Half of y'all that married the brokest person in the world. So y'all gonna sit here and try to explain to me that you're gonna marry the richest person in the world. Y'all gonna pass on that, right? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. But it's okay. What should I expect for people that can hide behind their lies? What should I expect? Y'all not gonna marry the richest person in the world if y'all had the choice. Yep, I pass. Yep, I pass. Okay. Oh, let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all have heard the phrase, people are doing marriage wrong? How many of, just put a one in the chat if y'all have heard the phrase, people are doing marriage wrong. That's all. I just put a one in the chat if y'all have heard that people are doing marriage wrong. Just one. I'm just wondering if y'all have heard of that, right? Okay. Love is a choice. F your feelings. Okay, Q. Uh-huh. Love is a choice, huh? Uh-huh. Okay, so good. Some of y'all have heard that phrase, right? Now, let me ask y'all this. Have y'all also heard this phrase? Everybody marriage is different. Everybody marriage is different. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if y'all have heard people say everybody marriage is different. Just put, if y'all have heard it, put a one in the chat. Everybody's marriage is different, right? Such an interesting thing, right? So far we've got two phrases. One, people are doing marriage wrong. Then everybody marriage is different, right? Now, what I'm highlighting for you guys is conflicting statements, right? Conflicting statements. Everybody marriage is different. Y'all doing marriage wrong. I'm just highlighting conflicting statements for you guys to get a kind of somewhat of a semblance where I'm going with this, right? I want you guys to see this, right? Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. Marriage does have things in common with other marriages, right? And the primary things that every marriage have in common. Oh, Mother Jade. St. Louis in the building. Yeah, I wore white just for you, Mother J. Yeah, just for you. See, everybody's marriage have things in common, right? And the things that they have in common that are you can't even dispute these things because these are the most important things. They're kind of actually the most important point of marriage to a certain degree is the rules. Yeah, there's rules to marriage. There are actual laws and rules that everybody shares. They're all alike. They're all identical. They're all alike. They're all identical. Everybody have access to these rules and laws, right? These are the things that people cannot say everything is different because they're identical, right? Yeah, make sure they hit that subscribe button. Help a brother out, right? And so the reason I say that, and I'll give you an example. I'll give you a short example just to get you guys to understand. Here's one rule of marriage, right? In America specifically, if you're married, you cannot marry somebody else. That's a rule. That's the law. Rules and laws, right? That's what it is. Dub Will, what up? Here's the thing though, right? Hey, Nikki up in here. What up, Nikki? What up, Nikki? Here's the thing, right? What is marriage? Marriage is an alliance. Marriage, somebody in the chat, do your brother a favor. Pull up the definition of alliance that aligns with the conversation that we having so people can understand what an alliance is. Since everything is so subjective, love is subjective. Everybody marriage is different. All this subjectiveness, right? But somehow, some way, people doing it wrong. Some people y'all think might be doing it right because they've been together for 45 years and they're like, they must be doing it right. Let me tell y'all the God's honest truth, right? And listen, it's an open panel, so y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. The only way I know if you doing, see, let me dial back just a little bit. Let me dial back. Let me dial back just a little bit, right? I want to touch on this real quick before I dive into that last aspect, right? I want to touch on this. What is a vow? Right? What is a vow, right? Thank you, Nikki. It's based on an affinity of interest, nature, and qualities, right? We have somewhat of common interests. Our interests are aligned, right? Here's the thing about interests. They can change. They can no longer align. We no longer see eye to eye, right? Things like that, right? Let me ask y'all this, right? What is a vow? Y'all can pull up the definition of it, but we'll simplify it for the sake of these conversations. Yeah, a vow is an oath, right? Just like, okay, give me some examples of when people take an oath. Okay, you can come up, sis. So you can give me some examples of when people take an oath.
In court.
In court? Okay.
It's a promise. It's a promise.
It's a promise,
Hi,
right?
Aaron.
What's up? So how you doing?
Fine. Look, I got notes.
Yeah. I mean, listen. You got all kind of like,
lyrics in my head. I know.
Lyrics in your head. There you go. So, take these notes because you're already clouded with all these lyrics, right? So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about these oaths, these promises, these things are meant to be broken. And I know y'all don't like to hear that, right? Because see judges, shout out to Ricky, police officers, attorneys, yeah, they all take oaths and they all lie. They all break their oaths. Yeah, they break them all the time. They be breaking attorney-client privileges. The judge be doing some foul stuff. You know why? Because we flawed humans, right? We understand that, right? We understand it. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's get into it. How's everybody doing? What up, Iz? Hi, Auntie J.
Fine. Hey, Israel.
Let's get into it. I want to bring my people into this, right? See, I had people take a survey. No, a poll. I apologize. Let me use the right terminology. I had people take a poll on their way in so I can gauge them, right? And the poll was very simple. Is marriage a vow? Is it love, right? And I gave the third option for the people, you know why, the liars, basically. And that's going to say both because they can't pick a side, right? Here's the thing. Brittany B, can I ask you one question? I want a simple answer, short and sweet. Do you need love to be married?
No.
No, okay, that's a no. Dr. Is, let me ask you a short, sweet, and question. Do you need to take an oath in order to be married?
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Uh-huh.
Legally, yes.
Okay. What's the legal vow or oath that you would take to be married? That's a requirement for you to be married.
Because when you get legally married, you swear in
Mhm.
before God that you're going to do certain things. On really depending on how you get married, Christianly or normally on a Bible, other ways on other books, but you're making a vow and making a promise before God, basically an oath, swearing.
Israel, you just contradicted yourself
How?
because I was going to agree with you when you said legally, but then you said you're taking a vow before God. So I can take a vow before God without it
No,
being legally.
but hold
I
on.
can I can have a promise with God before the courts get
You,
inside.
you're not listen. You didn't listen to
I
what I
did.
said.
That's why Aaron is
I
laughing. Go
said
ahead.
what I said was when you know that when you get married, right? You all put your hand on the Bible when you're getting married on a Christian way. You're swearing on the Bible and before the people, and that's why you have witnesses. And you're swearing that you are going to love all those vows that you take, right?
I don't
And
need the legal court to
hold on,
do that
I'm not
before
saying.
God.
Hold on, you're conflating what I'm
No,
saying.
you are.
I'm not.
I can
No,
say and
no.
promise to God that I will do
I'm
something.
not.
It has
Hold
nothing
on.
to do with the
Hold
court.
on. No, you're not. You're conflating what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is
Oh,
the
Israel.
actual. I'm telling you the
I
actual.
know. I've
I'm
done it.
telling you the actual ceremony that takes place.
I've done
So,
it.
okay. So then you know that I'm not. I'm not confused or I'm not contradicting
I
myself.
know
I'm
you're
not saying.
not.
I'm not saying that you need to do that. I'm telling you the actual ceremony that takes
Then that
place.
means that wasn't you're not answering the question correctly because that's
I
not what
said
he asked.
legally, when you do, you make an oath. He asked about an oath, and I'm telling that legally, when you get married, you are making an oath. That's all. That's the only thing he asked. That's the only thing I'm answering. It's not a contradiction because you telling me so you say you did it, right? Didn't they have a Bible there? And then you put your hand on the Bible and then you swear certain things about that you was gonna do, and didn't they ask for witnesses and didn't they say, does anybody object or whatever the case may be?
Well,
Isn't it
nobody was
illegal?
there.
Isn't it a
So,
contract? There was no
yeah.
Bible there.
No, nobody was there. But so the judge was our witness. But go ahead.
Okay, but even if it's the justice of the
I
peace situation.
understand. I
Yeah,
understand, and the
come on
answer
now,
is
because
yes.
I've done that too
The
with the
answer is
justice
yes.
of the peace situation. The Bible is still there too.
The answer is yes. Then the answer is yes. My pushback was I didn't need that for it to be with God, though.
I'm not, but that's not my point. That wasn't my point. I'm Aaron. I don't know if you catching it. That's not my point that I'm making. I'm not saying that you needed it to be married before God. I'm saying what it is. I'm not saying what you need. I'm saying what they actually do.
So his question was, whatever it was. Go ahead.
He said he
He
asked,
didn't ask for the
yo,
procedure though. Is
he,
that's why for
oh,
you to bring in
I,
God actually doesn't answer the question because that means there's two ways we can do this thing.
no,
You're
he
you're you're
asked.
breaking down the procedure as if we don't know. That's why his question is to figure out the difference between why we do it that way and why can't we do it another way. What is a vow? What is a
Aaron,
promise?
no, wait, that's not what you just asked me, Aaron. Ask me what you just asked me again. Don't allow anybody else to put words in your mouth. Ask
You
me
know
what
it's early in the morning.
I was trying to be quick, so now I'm gonna get to the next question.
wait, no,
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 ask
Aaron,
them the question again.
you jumped in
Lord,
there and you asked the question again because Brittany just jumped in there and talk about contradiction, and I did not contradict myself. So
well,
I would like for you to clarify and ask the question again so that she could be clear that I did not contradict myself in my answer. My answer was concise. She's the one that tried to convolute my answer.
y'all put all these lyrics in my head. Now I don't know my exact phraseology that I proposed to you
Ooh,
initially. So I'm
phraseology.
gonna
Bring
be
it
honest
back.
with you.
Rewind
So
it. Rewind it.
okay, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my Doing best because I literally freestyle. So I this ain't written, right? Okay. Do you have to take an oath to get married? I think I said something of that nature.
Right. And what I'm saying is, and that's why I
Oh, you
said
can't just give a yes or no.
legally, yes, you do. You do take an oath to get married legally, yes.
Okay. So that's your answer.
Hey,
Now
Aaron. Hey, Dimples.
so let's try to pull back a little bit. So is we'll stick with you on this because you gave a answer that you and Brittany kind of had a disagreement, but then y'all agreed. So let me ask you this: Do you have to take vows in order to get married?
Israel, that's you.
That's what I'm saying. Are
you asking me or Israel?
He was asking me, but that's a trick question though, Aaron, because the truth is there's something that's called a non-state sanctioned marriage. So you can't get married without it being state sanctioned. And so it's a little bit different. But
let's say it's state
answer
sanctioned,
is
then we'll just
yes, because
simplify
you're
it.
still promising to God, to your
okay,
spouse, that you will do
she's
something.
answering for me.
I am. The answer is yes.
Brittany's my conciliary.
Yes.
So
The answer is yes.
So out of curiosity,
that's a trick question though.
It's not trick. The answer is yes, because you're still promising to somebody that you're going to
calm down, right? We just build it here. Y'all always so I think it's we having some audio difficulties with you, bro. You might have to. I know, bro. I know you got the iPhone 8. I know how it go, bro. I'm sorry.
You have the audio coming through your car, don't you?
I have it in my earbuds now.
Okay, it could be.
Boy, you sound horrible.
I got
so do you,
too.
Auntie J. But go ahead.
Yeah. So all right. Okay. So we just building here, right? We don't know if I got trick questions. So y'all don't know yet. Y'all can't figure me out that well. I will let y'all know when I don't want to let y'all know. All right. So calm down. We building right now, right? So here's the thing, right? So let me ask y'all this: if you don't want to use a Bible to get married, will they say you can't get married?
No.
So then a Bible is not required to get married.
No.
Okay. So we can rule that out.
But there's generally a religious book.
I make a reference to requirement for a reason.
All right. So what's your interest? The vows that we make, right? For us, it was it's like the glue that really for us connected us together. Now, as we merge our lives together day by day, right? We begin to intertwine and become as one. Because for the rest of your life, right, you have to uphold the vows or the promises that you made. We have to. I'm talking about us, and it's not always easy at all. I'm telling you some good stuff. It's not always easy because I'm a woman. He's a man.
Auntie J, what did you jump in the head to right now? I'm not sure where you're going to.
So I'm saying in the sense of the vow, yes, I need the vow because the vow is connecting us to me.
I didn't ask if you need vows. I asked, are they required? I'm distinguishing things for a reason.
Yeah.
So you said your own vows, or you said some scripted vows?
We said our own vows.
Question. Let me ask you a question. So what if y'all don't believe in religion at all?
I can't hear.
Hey, Aaron, you need to make a vow to get some better speakers. That's number one.
Listen. We building here, okay? Let's not assume. Now, listen. I got to leave all y'all married people at the bottom. All right, we got to distinguish the married and unmarried. All right, so I'm just trying to show
you got to put me in the middle.
And listen, we building right now. All right, don't overly assume that I'm trying to lead y'all this way and this way because I don't know everything. Right, I'm building us to the process to get the conversation moving, right? Don't assume there's a trap door. Don't assume it's a trap door. Okay. Now, who got something playing in the background?
People at the bottom right there.
Oh my God, Ricky in the building. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to you.
Hey, Modern Renaissance.
Okay, I'm not sure who has audio in the background, but if y'all could limit the exposure so it doesn't affect our audio too much, I'm not sure who it is.
Shout out to Chris. Hey, Chris.
That tells me it's Auntie J.
Hey, Auntie.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we get
So
you.
who do we have in the background? Oh, it's MRM.
Really?
Oh,
Is
MRM has
modern
background
really
noise.
modern? You gonna get on the stream with TV background?
He not the MRM is you, brother. I isolated all the audio and I identified it as you. I don't know what it is, but it's something. But no worries, brother. Take your time. No worries. So listen. So we building here, right? Now, some people here have been married. Some people have insight to marriage. Some people have been married, divorced, married again, all these type of things. We got a lot of experience up in here, right? The goal is to identify the required. Y'all hear that background, right? Ain't just me, correct?
It's AL now.
Okay, got it. So it's probably bouncing off his thing or whatever the case. See, he's a mathematician type of guy. He don't really know nothing about audio and stuff like that. That ain't his thing, right? So here's the thing, right? All I want to know is, one, we've identified love is not a requirement for marriage, right? So that part we've ruled out. That's not a requirement, right? Now we're trying to identify if an oath or identify as a vow is that required for marriage. If you say I don't want to do no vows, well, they say there ain't gonna be no marriage. That's what we need to identify right now. That is the key.
Yeah, vow.
Who can give me these answers?
A vow is necessary for a marriage.
It is not a requirement.
You're promising something to somebody.
After y'all done bickering, I'm gonna go to Ricky. After y'all done bickering, I'm gonna go to Ricky.
I was just gonna say, if I get with someone, even if we're saying love is not required, then the promise is still there. I promise to do this. That's a vow. You need that.
What is the minimal?
So
what is the minimum required by law? What is the minimum required by law? Let's say you're atheist. You don't believe in no religion. You said you want to get married. What is the minimum requirements?
Are we doing by law?
A marriage application.
Right, you do a marriage application.
You just get your marriage license. That's it. And then you got to wait 24 hours to give you a chance to rethink everything, and then you go ahead and do what you got to do after 24
But even
hours.
the conversation,
I didn't have to
That's the minimum requirement.
But the conversation that you're having, the conversation that you're having with two people is still the promise. That's still the vow.
Brittany,
go ahead.
Hold on. In what state do they let you just sign paperwork without going before anybody or without saying anything? This in North Carolina, they do that.
So here's the thing is if there's any state that allows it, that nullifies the requirement for it. That's the thing.
But that's what I was asking. What state is that? Because I don't know.
So what you think you got to do in Vegas? What you think you got to do in Vegas? You think you got to put a hand on the Bible in Vegas? Seriously?
No.
Not a hand on the Bible.
But y'all still talking about
the requirement to get married. Let's go by the law. Legally, the requirement to get married, you got to apply for a marriage license, wait 24 hours, and then after that, you got to get married in front of a judge. Simple.
We didn't wait 24 hours.
When you get married, hold on.
And you cannot be legally married to somebody else.
The part when you get married, hold on, Auntie J. The part when you get married in front of a judge is the part where you say stuff and you make a vow. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to figure out where is the state that you just fill out paperwork and that's it.
So what I'm saying is, if you don't, so what if you don't want to say a vow? They say, do you want to recite the vows or do you have your own? And you could say neither. It's up to you.
But
you
the vow was taken before.
Black ass, sign my paperwork and say we married so I can get on with my goddamn life.
Paperwork.
That's why you didn't.
Again, y'all don't.
Calm down. We want to get Ricky in here. Please
allow him to grace to hear him out. Look at us so you can see who's talking.
The paperwork is a vow. It's a contract. A contract is a vow between two parties to accomplish a certain goal. Right? And the truth of the matter is, yes, it is. Yes, it is. A contract. It's a contract. Y'all talk about this all the time, but want to throw it out the window when it don't apply to your narrative. Right? It's a business contract. Right? But the true thing about marriage, you're not really making a vow to that other person. You're making a vow to yourself.
And God, excuse me.
Wait,
God.
Ricky,
hold on, let me finish. Y'all know I take pauses. Right? What you doing is that you telling yourself that no matter what happens, no matter what the weather, no matter how this situation goes, you gonna rock through it. You're gonna rock through it. right? And that's the thing. The opposite side of you, whoever you choose to be your partner through life, should be doing. The marriage comes down to how you handle the adversity, how you handle the good times, how you handle the bad times, how you handle bad money mismanagement, how you handle infidelity, how you handle emotional deficiencies, how you handle it. And hopefully two people in this thing together and mature enough to understand they both have a job that they need to perform. That's what a marriage is.
So I agree with that morally. That's awesome. But we were talking about legally. So I think it's different when you say legally. Contracts is not a vow, but you want to conflate the word. Then I say, okay, I could concede to that 'cause I don't think that's something to keep an argument for. So I agree.
And that's why I believe that the vow happens way before that. It's the promise that what we about to do. That's why you have to have an understanding of what it is you're doing. Because even if I take a vow, I don't know what I'm saying. That means I didn't have I didn't have understanding on knowing what I'm about to promise to. I'm about to make a promise to do this forever. For me, for myself, and for you. Don't shake your head.
You don't have to make a vow to do nothing forever. See, this is where we're going to start having issues, right? So here's the thing, right? And listen, you could
no, you didn't. You missed what I said though. The conversation between us that's before of an understanding of what we're about to do. If we don't have an understanding of what we're about to do before we do it, then that's where me and you can have this conversation, because you're saying forever. That's where we have a problem. But if you don't understand that what we're doing is about to be forever, then that means we have two different belief systems.
No, that's fine.
We might not want to make this promise together.
What you're bringing into the conversation is something that's not part of what we're breaking down, because you're saying people should have these conversations. And I'm saying it ain't required for us to have these conversations.
And that's why I believe marriage is instilled in you, because that belief system in this conversation is something that comes from what was taught to me and what I believe in. And I want to be on the same page and make a promise to somebody else that believes in the same thing. But if you're saying that's where we're about to have a breakdown and what you don't want to break down, then that means this is
no, we can, but it's not time. No, it's just not time to get to that breakdown part. We can, but here's the thing, right? Ricky says that the contract is a vow, right? Now, reasonably, right? I would possibly argue that the contract is an agreement, which I would distinguish a little bit different from a vow or a promise, right? I see it as an agreement. Now, we could be bickering with semantics, etc., but I do think there's a slight distinguish between a vow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say, in an agreement. And that's sometimes that little that subjectiveness that we get causes all kind of hiccups, right? Because I would say, reasonably so, you sign this contract, it lays out the stipulations and things and whatnot and what rules, right? And nowhere in those rules does it say if you break a promise to me, you get to break said contract. Doesn't say that. Am I off there, or does it say that? Because I couldn't.
No, you're right. If we don't never go before the Bible and say, I promise to do all this stuff, and if you don't, then we can end this. That's not in the vows.
Now I have
it's a one-sided contract until you make the other side.
Now I have my girl.
But we go from the Bible when we take me from the Bible when I related the vows to my marriage. I really did.
Say what?
So what if you don't believe in the Bible?
But that's not what Ricky said. That don't matter. That he's not disputing
the
Bible.
No. I'm just talking to Auntie J, because you don't bring the Bible up. But I think there's a difference. I think some people are, and this is what I think Aaron's trying to break down. There's a difference between what you personally did to get married and what the actual rules are of getting married. And we need to right now. How?
Okay, so
because there's basic minimum requirements.
What's the rules then?
You get a marriage license.
Yep.
And that's it. Like, you don't need no Bible.
That's it.
You don't gotta say
Ricky is asking, where is your belief system coming from on this?
No, that's not what he's asking.
That's a moral. What I'm saying, the way me and Ricky disagree at is the moral part. Like, I agree with him morally. Like, yes, I got the same morals. But when we just talking about a legal standpoint, and somebody just want to get married just to get whatever they trying to get out of this marriage for whatever reason, what's the minimum requirement? And none of the things that Ricky said are the minimum requirements legally.
Well, people don't take the boat.
Auntie J. Now, if Sharon takes a gripe at Ricky, allow Ricky to respond. If he would like to. So here's the thing, right? So that's my whole thing. The first thing I want to identify is requirement, right? Because I'm trying to eliminate all this subjectiveness, right? Because I've already proven to a certain degree that people have heard, oh, everybody marriage is different. And then they've also heard y'all doing marriage wrong, right? Total conflictions. Totally, right?
Because I wrote that down. I wrote that down in my notes.
From state to state, wouldn't you agree that the requirements probably are different from one state to another state?
Yes, but the point of it is, as long as it exists anywhere where I can accomplish it, that is the requirement, right? So there may be more requirements somewhere else, right? But as long as I have to do the minimum amount anywhere exists, that is the criteria. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as the minimum criteria exists in any state and I can go to that state and get married, that is the minimum criteria. That is the requirement. Everything else is an exception to exceedingly need something else. You don't have to do that.
The most minimum you got, Aaron, you go to Vegas and you get married by Elvis, drunk.
Right. Or do a drive-through.
When you don't take the vows right,
right, you want to get into a moral conversation. That's different.
That's moral. That's moral.
We'll jump in moral because you want to do what you want to do. And when you take the vows right, it's like an obligation to God.
No, it's not.
Auntie J, nobody is arguing the fact that if you sit down with a person that
you didn't let me finish, so you don't know what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Nobody knows what you're saying.
So with that being said, like I said, you don't have that obligation. So say like I just go and just get the license and she get my name on, that seems like ulterior motives to me on your behalf, whoever you are, whoever does it that way. Because you can just keep dating a person.
What are you talking about?
Okay, Auntie, hold on.
Why are you connected to a person that you don't want to make vows to before God?
Okay, Auntie J.
It don't make sense to me. You could just stay going together.
Okay, Auntie J. All right. So here's the thing, right? Somebody do me a favor, and I want y'all to find the definition of marriage, right? Somebody, I don't care, anybody in the chat, just find the definition of marriage and put it in the chat for me, right? Let's actually define this, right? Because I all this subjectiveness drives somebody like me crazy. It drives me crazy. I like specifics. You know what I mean? I can work in the gray area when I'm dealing with people, but I prefer the black and white, right? Right, wrong, yes, no is preferable to me, although I can maneuver in the gray area.
I looked it up. I can read it.
Thank you.
I don't appreciate you beating my chat.
My baby.
My bad, chat.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. Okay.
The legal or formal recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship. And then the second one is a combination or mixture of two or more elements. And then it says right here, historically, and in some I don't know that word, specifically a union between
jurisdictions. It probably says jurisdictions.
Yeah, it does. Shut up.
It's probably something like that.
It says between a man and a woman. That's what it says.
Okay. Guessing.
Read that first definition again, Brittany, for the people in the back.
It said nothing about no vows. That's all I know.
I'm not talking to you. Read it again. Vows are required in my state.
You too, Auntie.
I love you too, Sharon, but we take vows here. I don't know what you got going on in New York. But here we
having a conversation, Auntie J. That's what we got going on everywhere where everybody at. We not in New York. We everywhere, okay? We all across the globe right now.
Oh, yeah, we are. Shout out to the world. But yeah, I think it's a give. I never heard of what Sharon talking about, though, honestly. Never. I don't know anybody. And I've been to several.
So you never heard of the truth, Auntie J? I'm just telling the truth. I'm not telling the right answer or I'm trying to be right. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not correct or right. I'm just telling you the right answer. You know, like
So
1
what
plus 1 is 2.
prohibited?
That doesn't mean I'm right. That means I just gave you the right answer. That's it.
What prohibited you from taking the vows? May I ask?
The law.
And you could have written your own, right?
If I wanted to, correct. That's what we are talking about here. That you do not have to go by the vows that are given to you by a Bible
Right.
you may or may not believe in.
So why didn't you write your own?
That's if you want to, because you feel
Auntie J.
special.
Okay, let's see. Okay,
like,
let's see if we can come to an accord, right? Because I don't want to get an impasse, right? How many of us agree that being married, getting married, etc., I don't care how y'all want to break it down, does not require vows?
I agree.
Let me see that. Let me see those hands. Just put a hand up if you guys agree. So I want to see where we have agreements or disagreements. Okay.
Say that
All right,
again.
so you gonna make me repeat what I goddamn just said?
I'm gonna do the Israel.
Don't try to put that shit because you're rude. Don't try to put that on me because you're rude in your. Don't try to do that.
Y'all get on my. See, I'm
Brittany,
trying to just identify.
Because Brittany be all in her.
Brittany, can you just say the definition one more time, Brittany?
Don't do it.
Aaron,
just one more time.
The legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship.
Okay.
Personal.
It was more to it than that, though.
So then it says historically in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. And then the second one is a combination, a mixture of two or more elements. And I know that because there's a marriage department in GM.
And can you look up? Would you look up vow again and read that with?
I never.
No, somebody else did earlier.
I know.
I'll tell you, a vow is a promise that you make to somebody.
Basically,
that's what a vow is.
It says, Auntie J, we see you in an hour. That's what it says there.
Yo.
Sorry, Auntie J. I guess we don't need your vows right now. We still love you though, Auntie. So just a show of hands one more time to see if we're on the same page, right? How many of us agree that
Aaron Love C is here, and I need Love C.
Will you pull up? Yeah, okay. As long as that's her. How many of us agree that love is not a requirement for marriage? Just put a 1 up if you agree. I just need to see your hands, fingers for an agreement.
You say love, or this is a different question, right?
I'm specifying love in this question, a requirement for marriage.
Is not
think that it is not a requirement for marriage. Okay, so we're all universal except for Empress. Empress over there not paying no goddamn attention. Okay, I understand. So she's not making an assessment here. Okay, now
love was not.
Yeah, no, that's why I say she's the only one that we've identified that wasn't, but she raised her finger there. Okay, got it. Now we're going to get to the trickier question where I'm going to repeat it for you and is. Okay, how many of us agree vows are not a requirement for marriage?
What the hell? That's a promise.
It's a requirement for marriage. It's not a requirement for marriage.
Legally,
it's not.
It's not.
Okay,
we gotta get.
I will repeat the question. Brittany B's.
No, I know.
Right?
I know.
No, be quiet, Brittany B. No, be quiet.
Have a baseline of
no, be quiet. No.
But again, a vow doesn't have to be legally. It doesn't have to be legally represented.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to.
A vow is something you work out between yourself and or two other persons or another person. A vow does not have to be legally recognized. That's just something I do within myself.
So that means you guys think that marriage is something that you have to do legally, and I don't.
No. Okay, listen to what he just said. Go repeat that one more time, Ricky. I don't think they heard you.
A vow doesn't have to be legally recognized. For example, me and Aaron, we make a bet. Right, and now he promised. No matter what y'all say, if we handshake and we come to an agreement, that's a vow, right?
Yeah.
If the contract is hit and certain parameters hit, we got to do certain things. So if I win, right, and he doesn't pay me, he broke his vow to me.
Right. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah. This ain't nobody, but it doesn't have to be legally recognized. It only has to be recognized. And to be honest, it's not even me. It's him. It's his honor that's at stake.
Okay. So I'm with that. So I'm going to repeat it and see where we can get to an accord or a discord, right? How many of us agree that a vow is not a requirement for you to be married? And I mean for everybody, not you specifically, just in general, for marriage. It is not a requirement for marriage. How many of us agree? I just want to see them hands or no hands.
Again, I just want to make sure you're talking about in the general realm of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying for you personally, because if I say personally, then people got their own personal. I'm saying that people could be married and they ain't gotta have them. That's what I'm trying to understand. The minimum baseline is what I'm identifying, right?
I got you.
Brittany B.
How do you be married without a promise? That's,
oh my god.
So that's where
Hey, Brittany, Brittany, go ahead.
You gotta be able to separate
here's an example
from what's required.
Yeah. Here's an example. There's some people who get married strictly for some people get married strictly for taxes.
Yeah, that's why I said it's important for me to get baseline principles first before I answer questions. So
some people get married strictly for taxes. They don't even talk to each other after that.
I never
arranged.
Some people get married just because they had a child together.
But even if you have an arranged marriage, that vow that says that this is what I'm going to do, that promise is still there. But you guys are making it like now we're going to go legal once we start talking about marriage.
Oh no, there's some arranged marriages that there are no vows.
Yeah.
There's some marriages they just get married just because they need to marry. Some people just get married because they need to get a marriage.
So let me ask you this. Wait. Let me ask you this, because maybe that's the problem. Maybe the thing is, once you say marriage, all of that is entailed in that word. So even if I don't say there's a vow in our marriage, the word marriage and me doing this act already has all those promises in it. So even if my father set me up with a man and he said, you're going to marry this man, he's already instilled to me what that means to marry the man. So we don't have to say nothing after that because I was given away. There was something already attached to that. So that's what I'm saying. Once we make moves, there's attachments to things that we do that already define certain things. So you guys may say that was not said. I didn't make any vows, but once I made this movement, that movement meant everything already within that action.
Hey, Brittany, let me describe an example for you, right? Hey, let's say you're the first person to come over here, right? You're the first. You're from some other country. You're the first person from the family to come over here, right? Mm-hmm. And now you've been here for a couple of years. You got your citizenship, and you know what? Now we gotta get somebody else. So your cousin wants to come over here, right? So they say, okay, we're gonna marry you and your cousin.
We're gonna do what to us?
You and your cousin are gonna be married. And so when you come over here and have, yes, and you're gonna have citizenship now. Now your cousin has citizenship now. Some people do that. A lot of people do that with their cousins. They bring their cousins over here. They get married to them, and then after a year or two, they dissolve the marriage. So they kill a cousin.
It happens in Southside Queens all the time.
Listen. That is a wonderful example. I like that. So that means I knew within this that there was a reason why we did this. That was my whole point. Even if
that's not about it.
Listen, even though we made it so weird and obscure with cousins, the thing is, once we made this thing, I knew that my cousin came over here for a reason. We're doing something for a reason. So that was my point. If I say I'm getting married, there's already a definition within that. And it's important for us to understand what we're doing when we make certain moves and do certain things. So even if that is the certain thing I do with this marriage, there was a mission behind it. There was a purpose and there was a definition. So that's all I'm saying. When you get married, it's important for everybody to have the same definition of what this means and why we're doing it, no matter what. And that goes back to Aaron starting the conversation off with people saying, there's no right way, but then yours is wrong, or we all have different reasons. Now that makes sense. But if I'm doing it, I want to make sure that when whoever I'm doing it with, we have the same reason, we have the same purpose, we have the same promises, we have the same whatever.
That's
all
not
of this
a requirement,
stuff.
though.
It's not a requirement. It's not a requirement.
Brittany, I think the problem.
I got a quick question. Hold on. Quick question. Sharon, one second. This is the quick question.
Who's talking?
Yo, so what is the difference in y'all opinion? What is the difference between being a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or partners, and being married? What's
a big ass difference?
Half.
So the problem that Brittany is having, she cannot separate the legal minimal requirement from her moral values. That's the problem Brittany's having. And we talking about just a minimum
And that's
requirement. We're
okay,
not talking
because
about
I'm
morally.
still the
We're
other
not talking
part with
about
lyric.
a good marriage. We're not talking about a bad marriage. We're just talking about what is the minimum thing that you have to do to actually be married to another human being in America. And that's
And
all
that's
we talking
good for
about.
me. I'm
And
a woman. I need to stick to principles. And I
look,
don't want
right,
to
and you
try
got to
and
be
do
able to
all this
separate that with
thinking.
this
but see,
conversation.
Well, I can leave
part of the problem is it changes from state to state, number
for my
one. But
safety.
number two, I want somebody to really clarify what is the difference then if we're saying that and we're saying there's really no baseline requirement to get married, all it is a piece of paper, and that's all that it is. If that's what the common consensus is, then what is the actual difference between being a boyfriend, girlfriend, a significant other, and being
You just
married?
went way left.
Half.
You just went way left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a completely different conversation.
Nobody
Because
has
you're talking about commitment now and we talking about just legal requirements to
Just
be
the
married. We're talking about two
requirement.
totally different things that we have in common. I think everybody on the bottom that is married, we have certain morals that we want to uphold with our family, but that is not the conversation that we are having right now. The conversation that we are having right now is just what is the minimum requirement if I was a single man to marry a single woman, whatever the reason was. And I think y'all conflating what is the right way to get married.
So what you say, Sharon? What you're saying is when you got married, all you did was sign the paper and that was it.
What I'm saying is, if that's all I wanted to do, that's all I had to do. The minimum. See, this is the problem that you have, and that you're not understanding with the conversation. We're having a conversation about the minimum, so we're not having a conversation about everything that you need to do to have a successful marriage and a happy family. And these type of conversations. This conversation is about the minimum requirement. If you ask me about my own personal marriage, yes, I had a whole 5, 10 year, 30-year plan with my wife.
Wait. You're going too far. I'm not asking you that. What I'm saying is, on that day, right? I'm saying, did you just go downtown and just sign the paper and that was it? That's what I'm asking you. I'm not asking you about nothing real personal. You see what I'm saying?
The conversation. So what I'm saying is that you turning it. What I'm saying, you turn it into a personal thing. Personally is different from what we are having a conversation about. So if I wanted to go and just marry this woman, all I had to do was sign a marriage certificate and that would be it. I do not have to say, I promise you that I will never leave you. I promise you I'll never cheat on you. I promise I'll never sit my dick in another vagina again. I do not have to say that.
I'm not. Who's saying that? Who's saying that? That's not what I'm saying. You're not answering the question directly. What I ask you, and you keep conflating the point. Just listen for a second and hear what I'm asking you. I'm saying when you went downtown, you got married downtown, right?
Right. You want me to personalize it? What did I do? Correct, right?
No. So let's see. You already have.
I want to make sure I understand. Like you asking me what I personally did. Correct?
Yes. In this particular
and I'm not
case.
talking about what you misunderstand. I'm not talking about what I'm personally doing or what I would give advice for somebody else.
All right, guys. Let's not get hung up on this area, right? We want to move. We want to move it forward. So,
Aaron, it's important because this is the thing. This is the only point I'm trying to make real quick, Aaron. Because what he's talking about, I've never heard of, right? And I'm a little older, right? And I've been in situations. I got married downtown. And what I'm telling you is, when I got married downtown, there was things that I had to say to get married downtown. It wasn't just me signing a paper and that was it. I had to say vows.
Wow. Was that? I got a question for you on that, Israel. Who made you say the vows? Like, did a judge make you say it? Yes. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Let me get to Rick. Let me get to Ricky.
Wait. Listen, Aaron. In North Carolina, when I got married and I got married in front of a judge, I had to say vows. That's why I'm confused. That's why I'm genuinely asking. And
I didn't know that.
Justice of the peace.
You volunteered to say vows.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
I didn't. Well,
hold on, Israel. Hold on. Look. Again, if we're talking the legal aspect, I'm picking up what everybody's saying, right? Well, if we're talking about the true legal aspect, once you say you apply for a marriage certificate and it's issued, and you and your significant other sign on it, the marriage is complete.
I hear you, but what I'm saying, Ricky,
you don't, because you keep listen, bro. Listen.
Wait. You telling me? You trying to tell me?
No, what I'm telling you is you volunteered. That judge has no right or reign over you as a human man.
No,
you chose. He put his spiel through, and you went along with it. But as a man, if you'd have told him, I don't want to say all that. My marriage certificate is here. My wife wants to marry me. I want to marry her. I'm out of here. Let me get this seal. That would have been the end of it.
Okay, well, I didn't have no knowledge of that. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have knowledge of that part. All I'm saying is the proceedings went a certain type of way and there were vows involved. And I didn't want to necessarily make those vows, but that's the way that I thought that it was.
No problem. Let's try to move a little bit forward, pushing it. So let me ask y'all this, right? And this will be more of an opinionated thing. Some of you will use your experience here, right? Why do you think we verbalize vows? Why do we verbalize it?
I would say I think that we did it based off of just tradition, based off because everybody else was doing it. It was like a trend that was going on. You said before everybody in front of a church or something like that. But that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of people jumped on board with doing it, because technically I would say that those things are supposed to be just between you and her. Like, I don't have to announce to the world what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do for you.
You verbalize it because it doesn't exist until you say it. Again, I preach to y'all the unspoken knowns, right? You two knowing something don't matter if you don't say it. You got to say it so it's recognized publicly. That's why you say it.
The only reason why I said it is because I thought it was required to say. I didn't know no different. So that's my answer.
Like, do we ever think that sometimes, like, I think, I mean, not to try to go, well, if it goes off left, you can let me know, Aaron, but like what Israel was saying earlier, and I'm saying this in a different way, is like, what actually changes the dynamics of a relationship once you put a ring on a finger? What really changes about the relationship? And while you are in a relationship before there is a ring on the finger, do not the same rules supposed to apply when you are just in a relationship, not cheating on them, you know, not doing them wrong, making sure you're taking care of them if y'all do happen to stay in the same house? What actually changes once that ring gets put on the finger?
The vow you make together.
Right, but then if right, I get the vow part, but is the vow part already not something that's part of a relationship already as it is?
Yeah. No, it is. But again, you just said it yourself, in Martin Renaissance. It has to be put out to the public to be recognized. It has to be said. Otherwise, it's not known. It's not known to the public or the world.
So, right? Like, I guess right to that, like my grandmother and my grandfather, when they were married, there was no ceremony. You know, it just that people saw them together and they were just, oh yeah, this is my wife. Nobody knew until they talked about it. So I think about it in a sense too, like if I stayed in several states and, you know, if we talk about something, I'll say, oh yeah, my wife. But how would those people that's not around me know that I'm married to her unless I say it? So what I'm saying that for is that they don't know in the rest of the world, the rest of these states, that I'm committed to this woman or anything like that. But when I let them know that this is my wife, that's how they know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it just as a kind of, just to throw it out there to where, you know, I really want to know. Well, not that I want to know. It's kind of rhetorical though. Is that what changes the dynamics of that relationship once there is a ring?
See, prior to the ring, you have no real obligations towards her. You can walk away at any time. When you get married and the vows are in place, you are making the actual commitment, and you're going to hold everything to that commitment. Whatever my job is in this marriage, I'm gonna do it. Whatever your job is for you in this marriage, you're going to do it. We're not going to run away at the first crack we see, which is what most people do. That's the difference between dating and getting married.
Well, I hear you on that one, but wait, let me say this real quick. Is that I get what he's saying,
and that's
right
where the promise comes in at.
Wait, well, I get what he's saying right there, but then at the same time, just from the counseling that we and my wife done, even when people finally do get divorced, nobody brings those vows as one of the reasons why they're getting ready to try to get something out. They don't say, well, wait a minute, you said you promised not to do this, you did it. You said you promised to do this, you didn't do it. So because of that, we're getting ready to award you this. Nobody throws those into consideration when everybody gets a divorce. They don't even care about your vows.
And Chris, I have to ask you this question. Don't people every day say this happens all the time? This been happening since your grandparents was alive and since your great grandparents was alive. People always say, hey, they're married. They've been married for however long. And somebody says, hey, they get frustrated. They want to leave. They say, you know what? I'm going to a grocery store. And they never come back. Marriage don't stop that. That marriage certificate doesn't stop that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between dating and marriage.
How did the marriage?
No. I'm going to clarify because I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to clarify for both of y'all. Right? Here's the thing. Right? Even if no one can stop you from physically leaving your marriage. Right? No one can stop you for that. However, you do not become void of your legal obligations to said person. That is the distinguishing thing. So when we make statements like you can't just walk away, physically you can, but not contractually and legally you cannot. There's rules, right? And so we have to separate the two, right? So I could be a million miles away and still be a married man, even though I'm not in physical presence of it. So when we make these statements, I understand there's twists and turns, but we really trying to build here and get on the same page and get some understanding. So let's just make sure we're making that clear. We don't have to bicker about this because that's I think we would agree that's the distinguishing factors there, for at least for me.
Can we say what those legal obligations are?
I got a bunch of married men for you to talk to. Feel free.
AL trying to prove a point here.
I mean,
I'm not trying to prove. I'm trying to ask a question. I'm trying to clarify something.
It's financial obligations mostly. Let's be honest.
Such as what?
Providing for the home, providing for your children.
So what if you said? Well, you always got to provide for your children if you're married or not. So, but okay. So let's say you're married. What other besides provide for your children? Because you have to do that no matter what, right? You're gonna go.
You don't have to do nothing if you want to be honest about it.
Facts.
Okay,
you're right about that.
I mean, no, because if you don't, well, there's a serious consequence for not, as a man, for not providing for your children.
Do it though. You still don't have.
Okay, true. Fact.
He's right.
So, but you say so now we said this is an obligation. So we're saying those aren't financial obligations now.
No. So they again, don't conflate. They are. I was just retorting to what you said, right? The point is what y'all don't understand and y'all not seem to get. And the reason why it's legal is because it's recognized so you can be held accountable. Not, again, we all live in this society now that it is what it is, right? But it's mostly by the government. But y'all got to remember, in fact, marriage was supposed to be recognized not by just the government, but your community at large, right? Case in point, what they say about women that date married men.
She a hoe.
Home wrecker.
Adultery.
Exactly. Home wrecker.
It's so it look, you can be married all day.
Home wrecker.
It's something between me and
home
my
wrecker.
girl. Like, again, no shots to my guy Modern Renaissance, right? But his grandmother and his grandfather was known. They didn't tell nobody, right? But what if granddaddy ain't telling nobody? What if grandmama not telling nobody? Right? It's on the record so the public can recognize and see, hey, this is a union between two people. Now, y'all got to understand, legal don't mean right. Legal is just a way of operation for people to do business because, again, most people don't want to hold themselves accountable. Most people, the reason why these things exist is because people are not responsible. Right? So, again, y'all got to realize just because we discuss it, right? If it's not said out into the world, how can anyone else recognize this union? They can't because they don't know. Because again, it's up to you and the vow you made.
Did you hear what I said?
To make that public.
So because you said financial obligations. I'm sorry. I just want to go back to that. I'm still trying to define what that is because that doesn't make sense to me.
What about it doesn't make sense?
All right,
MRM, you have something planned. I don't know what it is, but trust me, I isolated it to you. I don't know what it is. Sound like sports, to be honest with you. Go ahead.
All right. So if so you said somebody's legally obligated financially to them, right? So what if you don't have a job? Y'all married, y'all both don't have a job. How's it? What financial obligation is there?
So, because you don't have a job now, don't mean you don't have an obligation.
No, Ricky, I got it, Ricky. Let me just. I don't want to. This is to eliminate a lot of the bickering when I have the ability to, right? So you don't have to do nothing. It doesn't mean that you are void of consequence. Meaning you may have a job and you may not want to give up your money, but someone can take said money from you. You ain't got to do it, but somebody can do it for you, right? So there's consequence to your actions, right? So just on a simplified form, right? You have to look at it like this, right? Marriage, like Ricky's saying, he's breaking it down. It's really like rules. That's the one thing we understand. Rules is an understanding of what you can do and what you cannot do. Simplified, right? understood rules, right? When you're dating somebody, when you're not married, there really ain't really no official rules. Y'all just making them as y'all go, but they unofficial. They're not certified. Something of that nature, right? Because it's just between y'all, and reasonably so, y'all can alter or change those rules on the fly. When you are married, you cannot change the rules. The rules are set. They're understood. The legal rules, the formalities, the things that are in accordance are laid. When you dating somebody, all right, let's be an open relationship. Oh, well, let's close the relationship. Oh, you could cheat. Oh, no, you can just make them up on the go. But you can't say, well, I'm gonna get married again. No. The rules say you can't get married again.
That's why the vows is you can make them yourself.
But people, wait. But people always say that. People say people make up rules on the floor. Wait, hold up. Earlier, you said this earlier. We said it's so subjective because everybody's marriage is different, right? So therefore, by what you just said, people make up rules all the time in their marriages. What are you talking about?
And that's why the vows are a promise between two people. Two people. Now, legally, whatever you can't do in these states, I get what you're saying. But if my promise to my partner is my promise to them, it might look different than your promise to your partner. But the thing about marriage now is when you take those vows, obviously everybody on the bottom row minus, Granville, took the same verbal words. They said the same thing, because of the, repetitiveness of it. But if I wrote my own vows, it would be what I said I would do for my husband. It's my promise to him. It's our promise to each other. But no, legally he can't get married to nobody else. But if we were somewhere else, it wouldn't even be an issue. So basically where we are is what restricts us from whatever marriage is in these states. That's why some of the marriages do look alike legally. But the promise and the vows, they can be totally different. That's why.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times when I view marriage, the way I see it, and the way I see it being practiced by most people, it just seems like an expensive long-term relationship.
Huh? Well, it's definitely more than that.
Elaborate on that.
I see the majority of people I see, and I can't talk about y'all YouTube people because everybody on YouTube got perfect marriages. But the majority of people I see in real life, when they get married, and I know them when they were couples, when they got married, they didn't change it. When I asked them what was the difference between now once you got your ring, 2 years, 3 years later after y'all got married, they all say nothing changed. They do the same shit. And then when I see I see a lot of people, just like marriages last 8 years on average, the same. Like that seems like an expensive long-term relationship. 5 years, that's even worse. That seems like an expensive long-term relationship.
I know. I want you to elaborate on where the expensive part kicked in at.
Because guess what? Now I got to if I want to give it. But if we're a couple and we're just dating and we're in a relationship and we want to split up, guess what? You go your separate way. I gotta go my separate way. I don't got to hire no lawyers. You don't got to split up no resources. Nothing. We're good. If we want to split up and we're married, now I gotta split up I gotta give up half my shit. You gotta give, or if you have more money, you gotta give up half your shit. We gotta divide these properties and all the other stuff, right?
So I think
that's the crazy part.
Hey, you hold on, Strong. You do know you can get married by religion where there's no legal obligation to the state. You do know that, right?
Okay, cool.
So what's the problem?
There's no problem. I didn't say there was a problem in general. I'm asking you the question.
You just stole my words.
I'm not saying there's a problem. I'm saying I'm asking you questions.
And if anybody wants a good example of getting married through religion, you could go ask Crimson Cure. She will tell you. She was married for 20 years.
Hold up. Now maybe this might have just been Anton or Kevin Zimmer, somebody. But didn't y'all say y'all either single or married, and y'all don't respect anything that's not legal?
That's Anton. Yes.
But that
okay.
No. I wouldn't say don't respect it, right? Because that's moot. Because
don't recognize it. I'm sorry.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what an individual say legally. If you're not married, you're single. Like when you fill out any form, it says, "Are you single, married, valid?" You're single. Like it don't matter if
it don't say are you in a relationship.
But look, if you get married religiously, you're still married though. You're still legally married.
The only thing.
Let's just say you
No,
you're a
no,
Muslim.
no. You're not.
That's
You're not
not true.
legally
No,
married.
that's Aaron. I'm telling you, it's
Question.
yes, you
Oh,
are.
he's talking about common law. He's talking about common law. That's what he's
I'm not
referring
No,
to.
it's still common law still has to be recognized.
Listen, I'm not talking about common law. Yo, if you Muslim and you get married as a Muslim and you do not go to the court, it's still recognized. Yes,
No,
it is.
okay, let's look. No, calm down, right? Because you want to argue, right? Listen to me.
I'm not arguing.
Okay, bro. Listen, you know I love you, bro. It's all love, bro. Calm down. I got you. That's what. So here's the thing, right? Let's just say Muslims, right? Do they have any legal benefits to getting married?
It's not about legal.
See,
what
but
do you mean?
that's where we start to make distinctions.
Yes, but what I'm saying
they are
is
not recognized by the state. I'm not arguing.
Aaron, listen, what I'm telling you. What happens. This is what happens. You go before an imam and there's paperwork. And it's legally paperwork. You can take that paperwork, you know what I'm saying? And you can file your taxes, you can file whatever, and you are married. It is recognized as a marriage. This is America, fam.
Okay. Listen, I can't. I'm not gonna argue this because I'm not a factual person on that. But okay, if nobody else disagrees, you got it.
I have a question. So now can you do this? Because you know you can't marry more than one person, right?
No, you can't.
Outside of Utah, you're correct.
No. Israel just said you can't. You go to the temple or whatever he just said, something like that. You can't.
Okay.
Yeah. Islam, wait, in Islam, but now this is the thing, though. This is the caveat. They will not recognize more than one wife. Now that's the
that's what the goddamn
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
They won't recognize more than one wife.
Yo, Iz, what's going on with you today, Iz?
Hold on, fam.
That's the second contradiction I heard from you today.
Wait, hold on, fam. What I was saying was that even if you got married Islamically, right, you would be married to that first person that you got married to, even if you didn't go to the state to get married. But you can be married Islamically to more than one person, but the law will not recognize more than one wife.
So what I'm saying,
you still can get more than one wife Islamically.
All right. So the question I was going to ask, the question I'm going to propose to y'all sounds a little bit, maybe I don't know, maybe it's a loophole or whatever. But since marriage is a business, all right, how about people just form corporations that have multiple members, and those members of the corporations are technically your wives?
You already are a corporation, and that's already the case.
No, what I'm saying is instead of it being a marriage and following the marriage rules, you have a corporation.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, Al, just different names, bro. It's the same.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, in the marriage, you're going to have one person. Or it's going to be two people. What I'm saying is, if you form the corporation, that allows for multiple people.
What's your EIN for your marriage?
I don't know. Y'all don't 100%. Y'all don't 100% marriage is a business.
I don't say that.
Hey, listen, but also in the corporation, you don't got to make money in the corporation either. Like you using the corporation, that's one way to, I guess, to get around something that you're trying to get around.
Whoa. You don't have to make money. Eventually you do. Eventually you have to make money. Like literally you have to try to make money. It's required.
Otherwise,
no, but I mean your corporation could be a failing corporation for 20 years.
It's called tax evasion if you don't make any money.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't think that one through.
I don't want to get too deep down this road here.
Yeah, please don't. Please
it's just a thought. It's just a thought that came out in my head just now.
Well, so no.
Some of y'all need new drug dealers.
So okay, all right. So part of the conversation that stewarded this way is that Mr. Fantastic was saying some crazy stuff to my brother Sharon about, I mean, the love. I'm telling you, like the love got some type of impact. And I'm like, man, Sharon looking at you like, what are you talking about? What is he talking about? This love stuff? What they got to do with anything? Ain't never. But you loved her before you married her, which means that you could just get the love. You didn't even have to get married. So what the hell of love got to do with the marriage aspect, right? And I think a lot of times when I ask specifically women, why would a man want to get married, right? You know what they rarely ever say? Love. They almost never say love. They always revert to, well, he might want to start a family, and he might want sex, you know, and then they might dwindle down and be like, well, because he love her, but that's not the top, right? Then when you inverse it, right? Because who said it? What's her name? She was just on Cheeky panel. What's her damn name? Callie, right? Callie was like, she said, if you unhappy, leave. I thought that was blasphemous. If you unhappy, you should leave.
Bro. That's what women do, bro. They base everything on their happiness and not duty and not the vow, right? They don't. It's just what it is, man. Their happiness is more important than anybody. It's more important than you, the kids, the family, the legacy, the generations behind after them. They don't care, bro. It's all about their fucking feelings.
One of the most selfish acts that they can do is what he just got done saying. That is just so crazy, overwhelmingly, ridiculously selfish. And when they do that, like that Tia Mowry type stuff there, you know, that's ridiculous. All because of your happiness. You're going to end up jeopardizing the rest of your family and possible friends that's connected to that as well. And you know what? What's interesting is that, you know, a lot of times when we go and speak on this, and I say this to some people, I say, well, you know, me being, you know, who I am in my family, you know, if it's based off of a feeling, what about me not feeling like going to work every day?
Man, I don't feel like paying his mortgage this month.
Right. What if I felt like not doing any of those things? Who's going to suffer from as a result of me not feeling like going to work?
Everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, marriage should never be based on a feeling. That's ridiculous. But that's where the commitment and the vow comes in, though. It's about being committed to your commitments and riding through regardless. The good times and the bad times, the ups, the downs, regardless.
See, I think one of the issues is that it's not.
That's not like the is I know.
I think one of the biggest issues is that, man, is that, like, again, I say this all the time, I can't stress it enough, is that this is something that's not being stressed within families. You know, I really think, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to do it anyway, but especially within like a community or even in school system, they don't teach you how to actually function in a relationship to tell you that it's not going to be based off of what you feel. It just is. You know what I mean? Like you say, do you wake up feeling married every day? No. What is the feeling of marriage? No, I just am married. You know what I mean?
Definitely, but it's like
because definitely, especially if you're not taking showers every day, a woman, you know.
Hey, Sharon, guess what, bro? Hold on. Hey, no lie, Sharon, check this out. Guess who I got a sponsorship by?
Ooh.
I swear to you. I swear. And look, check this out. Not only that, Sharon, the first thing they sent me was ball cream.
That's hilarious.
No cap. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'll be.
That's cool. Oh man.
Hey, salute to on that sponsorship.
Man.
Hey, get that money. Get that bag.
What's up, Ricky?
No, what's good, guy? Like I said, man, y'all got to understand the legal aspect of marriage is to profit off of it. Right. That's why the government is in your business, is so they can profit off of it. Right. So a marriage, why there's a legal proponent, I don't think that's the baseline of it. People make it that way because, like I say all the time, you motherfuckers are scared. You know what I'm saying? Y'all scared to give y'all all to anything and anybody because the fear you're gonna get fucked in the end when you get fucked every day when you get up out your bed and take your ass to work.
Nope. You know what? It's not a fear. My whole thing is the way I look at it is I see the downside. I don't see the upside. I want to see what the upside is because like I asked somebody earlier, if you had a marriage, right, and it went 100% swimmingly, right, what would be the maximum goal? What would be the maximum output for it versus, hey, if that shit fell apart, now you lost everything. So I'm not saying that should be a fear of you. What I'm saying is I'm trying to look at the return on investment. I'm looking at it as a return on investment.
Right.
Definitely the definition of fear.
Because you look at it as a business. And I told y'all I don't look at marriage as a business. Actions between people ain't got shit to do with business. Nothing. Y'all make it that way because y'all transactional. Y'all don't do nothing unless there's a recoil or something coming back for y'all. Right? If you're doing something, do it out the kindness of your heart. And if it's supposed to come back, it'll come back. Right.
So why sign the marriage certificate then?
Here's the keep in mind. There's go ahead.
But I'm sorry. I got to jump in because I want to tie these aspects right because Ricky said something that was extremely vital and it was a point that I said to myself when we did the stream, I was like, I want to touch on this, but I completely forgot because, like I said, we freestyle, right? So Ricky said, well, I'll just forward it like this, right? Why do we think a lot of marriages are failing, right? We examine it, we give these reasons, but we never tie it to this reason, right? You know how I did this show recently on the wedding rings, right? And how all of a sudden they the most vital thing happen. I need at least one carrot. You got to get me something. It's such a hinge tied on. I don't want to get married unless I got something, some symbolization of it. Make me want to marry you. She just won't marry a man just as he is, just as he's supposed to take her as she is, right? It was a whole big battle over it, right? The 6-month rule, like 6 months salary, 3 months this salary is how much a ring costs, etc. Right? They commercialize that, right? Now, how do I tie that to the aspect, right? How big of a business is divorce? Huge. Mega huge, right? So if we believe that we've been indoctrinated, we have TVs leading our kids, influencing them, why don't we believe that they're influencing divorces? Right. Why don't we believe that they're pushing narratives? You need to be independent. You should be happy. All this stuff that here's a lot of stuff y'all don't understand is that we never had the type of information to be analytical the way we are. If we go back to the 1930s, the 1940s, nobody was getting data from the government saying, yo, these people getting divorced. And they said this was the reason why. Nobody knew. We did not streamline information the way that we do. So now we have kids and people that are coming up going, oh, let me read about what's going on. Why are they giving us this information, right? Because when you get information, you do one of two things. You do nothing or you act, right? Those are the two options that you got. You do nothing or you act, right? And what we have done is we have made actions to try to counter the outcomes. Man, I don't want to get no divorce. That ain't right. So we start doing things to try to not make it happen, and we mess with the balance that used to exist. Too much information is not good for people, although it sounds crazy to try to keep information from people. So you have to understand we've been pushed to a point where divorce has been commercialized. It's sold to people. If you not happy, get out of there. We got Callie Bad, my girl. She married. If you're not in a happy relationship, get up out of here. Men understand. It was. Listen, she married. I'm not, so I can't fight. But I'm glad you said it, right? But I was dumbfounded by it because in my mind, I'm going through, okay, love is not a requirement for marriage. These vows is not a requirement, but we understand we have all these things that people do. And I'm like, now this happiness thing, because I want to tie to the feelings, right? The feeling, these emotional things that for the most part, somebody said love is a choice. Love is an action, right? And then they'll tell me love is an emotion, right? And I will get irritated and frustrated because I am somebody that likes to simplify things and make it make sense. You can't tell me love is this and then love is this and then love is this because I can't hold you to nothing. If I can't hold you to nothing, we can't negotiate. I don't want to deal with you. I need a baseline for us to negotiate. I don't want to do this. And it keeps happening. And so what happens with the women is if you're not happy, you should get up out of there. This is why you're not supposed to get married. You hear men say it's for duty. It's for duty because
financial obligation.
Your happiness cannot come from nobody else. The goal of the other person is not to try to make you unhappy, right? There's a difference, right? I can't make you happy, but I'm not going to try to make you unhappy. There's a difference in that. That is what the goal, in my humble opinion, should be of most people. Look, I'm not trying to make you unhappy, but your happiness is still your decisions. And so we get caught up on. Go ahead. Somebody want to jump in?
But no, this is the thing, Aaron. You're right. You're 100% right. But happiness is one of the most deceptive, fleeting things that there ever was to the human being. You know what I'm saying? Happiness it's a beautiful day and the sun is shining and everything is going right. You know what I'm saying? And so we always know that in life, everything is not perfect. Everything does not happen just that way. Some days are like that, and most days are not. So you got to be able to have joy, which is more of a faith situation, to try to rely on happiness.
I just wonder why women always talk about happiness when 90% of them don't even know what happiness is.
Because it's been sold to them. That's what I'm saying. It's been sold to them. It's been sold to them, marketed.
So here's the thing to me is that you have to sell what happiness is to your family. Like that's why it's such a nuanced thing. What me and my wife and my family think of happiness is going to be completely different from modern Renaissance. You understand? So the man got to lead the family into the happiness for the family. And happiness is nothing but progress. If you progressing in life, then you most likely would be happy. And most
You
people not
see what the
progressing
problem
in
with
life.
that is, though. We just went subjective once again. See, we keep getting into
No,
these corners. Subjective.
we did, but I also brought it back to happiness is a thing that you got to keep progressing in life. That's what makes a relationship happy, what makes a marriage happy, what makes a family happy, is that you got to progress in life. As long as you keep moving forward in life, you're going to be in a good state of mind. And that is what happiness truly is. So,
Happiness
you know,
is a
I
lot.
went subjectively, I also went specifically as well. So if you want to be happy,
I'm not saying
you
you're
can
wrong,
find a way
by
to
the
move
way.
forward.
I wasn't saying you was wrong when I pointed that point out. The point that I was making, because everybody gets to be subjective to what they think it is. And what you said, I pretty much can agree with, but I'm just saying somebody else could say, nah, that's wrong. My happiness comes from coming home, seeing my family eating lunch or eating dinner, and they ain't starving no more. Like, and as long as I come home, you see what I'm saying? Like, people can make it whatever they want. But if we make an agreement upon this ridiculousness, we're going to get into these situations. And that's why I'm saying people... Ricky, hold on, Ricky, what's your famous line? Can you tell the people what the famous line is?
They liars.
They liars. This is what drives me crazy all the time.
Because happiness is a lie. Happiness is a lie, fam. It's a lie.
Hey,
Yeah.
happiness is not a lie. As long as you're progressing, you're gonna be happy in life. That's
Happiness is a fairly new concept. I think
It's a very
happiness is yours. I can't control your happiness. I don't know what people. I'm not happy. You're not happy with yourself, baby. You're not happy with yourself.
if you ain't had if you don't have no happiness before we get together, that's your goofy ass fault.
I would say also to that though, I mean, that's one of the things is that people just so caught up in this feeling thing. And you know, one thing, you know, it's an awesome book out there that says the eyes are never satisfied and the belly is never full. So it's going to always be these things where I tell people there are moments of happiness, like within the marriage. Me and my wife can do something that can make me happy, but that's going to be temporary. I can do something that's going to make her happy. That's going to be temporary. I can get her a fattest rock out there that none of her friends got. She going to be happy with that for about a good 3, 4, 5, 6 months, maybe. But then after that, you just become accustomed to it. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So it's never going to be an ending thing. And so I have to agree with Sharon on that. I think that if there is progress, and no matter what it is that you're doing, so long as you are progressing and moving forward, that's what can keep you in a state of being happy. But at the same time, I would say to what my guy down here said, the BTS, I don't know how to say all that, but
Chris
I agree.
Cool. Chris is cool.
So
okay, I agree with Chris with it. If you are a happy man or a happy woman before you even get into a relationship, then that actually can set a really, really good foundation for the future.
I think the most dangerous thing that I've observed is that people go outside of their marriage for too much guidance, right? If Ricky's married, I think that if his woman is struggling with happiness or whatever the case is, she need to go to him and they need to negotiate and figure out how to adjust it, right? But if she goes, well, my friend said this, or I saw something outside of what we have going on, that influences will disturb everything. Yep. And I think that's the biggest mistake that people made. And because of that, I'll go ahead, Sharon. I'm sorry.
Also, I want to say that is also an opportunity to lead your woman back into the path of where y'all are going as well. Because sometimes seeing what the other person doing and she's not having a clear understanding, hopefully the man of the relationship, the leader of the relationship, will have a clear understanding of what she's seeing and what reality is. Because women often enough, they get distorted with reality versus what they see with their eyes. And so as a man, you got to be able to lead her through that and say, this is reality, this is where we're going, this is our 5-year plan, and we will be all right because we progressing in life.
You know, I would say that so. Well, progress is a dangerous word. The reason why I say that is no. Reason why, well, I say dangerous. I mean, it needs to be used cautiously because people define progress in different ways, right? You can use that the same way you say progress. You may define progress as, hey, last year you got me a Coach bag. This year I need a Hermes bag, right? That could be progress to some women, right? Also, if they do it. Right. Oh, last year we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now this year we got to get a 5-bedroom house. Right.
So that's an opportunity that I was saying with the leadership. So you have to be able to lead your woman onto what progress is and what we are doing. What is our plan? Our plan is not to buy bags.
Right.
I mean, well, I don't know what your plan is, right? But I'm saying to have something sustainable for you, you got to have whatever you buying for your woman. It got to be a part of the plan. We started off at Sears,
Okay,
and then we
good.
went to Walmart, then we went to Target, then we went to Macy's, and then we went to Saks Fifth Avenue, and that's what happened in a 10-year span. But it cannot happen overnight. It got to be a progressive um, towards something, not just because I got you Coach, now I got to get Louis. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you know what though? I think we're saying this.
like my plan is not to impress your goofy ass friends. That's not part of my plan.
That's true. But however, I think a lot of times we're saying this as I think most of us on this panel seem like we make have a decent lifestyle. But majority of people don't have this kind of lifestyle, and they're just like, hey, they working their 9 to 5, and they're gonna work their 9 to 5 for the rest of their life, and that's it. They're not gonna get any further. They go then what they're gonna do. That's 90% of people.
Those people, they're gonna probably get divorced. That's probably what's gonna happen.
But the problem is though, we have this. I think this may be just. I don't know if this is just an American thing or it's a global thing, but we have this insatiable hunger for more consumption, more consumption, and I think that,
Americans.
Hey
It's
yo,
and,
let's
American.
keep
and I think
let's
that's the problem with most marriages because they link their commitment together to this insatiable hunger and insatiable thirst for more, instead of saying, hey, let's just build a better family together.
Let me get the OG here. Go ahead, OG. It's on you.
One thing that I'm hearing in to Ricky's point and to Modern Renaissance point, when you asked that question, the first thing that came up was, why am I defining my relationship to Ricky's relationship, to Modern Renaissance relationship, and to Sharon's relationship based on my happiness? And that's one thing that I saw coming up as we was coming up through marriage. We always looked at Israel and his wife got a Benz and a Beamer and sitting in a 4,000 square foot house. Okay, great. Do we know the circumstances and how they got to that and how long they've been married? And what I've always looked at was, okay, you can't get a 40-year marriage based on a 5-year marriage. What I mean by that is that somebody has been in this thing for a long period of time. You can't base your relationship on what they have because you don't know what they've been through. So to Israel's point, and to whoever was defining about happiness, I can't base my happiness on what Ricky and his wife got, and that's where I see a lot of couples mess up at. They go over to Ricky. Ricky invite me and my wife to dinner, and we start looking around the house, and dinner was great. We had a good fellowship and everything. Then the conversation on the way back home is, did you see what Miss Williams had? Did you see the furniture that they had? Did you see this? Did you see that? Okay, we're not there yet. We're going to build towards that. So to AL's point, progress, I understand what he's saying by using it in a measured response, but we are progressing. That's what marriage is built on. Marriage is built on progress. My
Yeah,
humble opinion.
let me get to Amber. I want to say this, and it's probably gonna frustrate some people, but I'm gonna say it anyway because that's who I am. Ladies, you shall not, in my humble recommendation, seek any advice in absence of your husband.
Facts.
You must get your advice in his presence. I don't give a damn if you got to go. One of my female friends, you bring her over, we have a conversation. I need to be a part of the influence in which she have on your mind. However, the alternate is not the same. Men do not require you to be present for when they seek advice because it is on them to internalize, take things in, and then bring to you. However, when you go outside and seek counsel, you are designed to be led, and you don't understand that people have the ability to influence you, where your husband, see, he is the control of influence. And so when you go seek outside of him, you let other men get, this is why men don't want men around their woman, because they can have the ability to get in your head and y'all don't know it. It's a natural thing. I'm going to be candid with y'all. I do it all the time. I'm going to be totally candid. I do it all the time. The only good thing is I do it in support. Do what that man say. If your husband asks for that, you best do it. He want kids and you still thinking about it, stop playing. And always in support of him, because I know that I could potentially influence her to think that, well, he shouldn't really be doing that, this, that. I'm cognizant of that, right? I'm telling you, people have this ability. A lot of people don't use it for the good. And so men don't want other men around their women for a very, very good reason. And y'all will never really truly understand that. So y'all just gonna have to take it for what I said, like it or not. Go ahead, Miss Amber.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Oh,
Hey. So obviously I'm not married yet, so I don't speak on topics I don't know anything about, but what I can do is speak on what I have observed personally and professionally. Professionally, I typically do not like wedding photography. I stay away from them, but I can say this. Out of all the weddings I have shot, big glamorous weddings, small weddings, and courthouse weddings, do you know what my favorite wedding to shoot are? The courthouse weddings. Reason being because it's so much love. The vows are more personal, and it's just that man and that woman. The celebration is more intimate because it's only about that man and that woman. And I have noticed in the pattern of weddings I have covered that these courthouse weddings have lasted longer than the big elaborate weddings. The reason I don't like shooting weddings because it's typically a spectacle. It's a show. It's a performance. And I don't want to deal with the bridezilla and the mother-in-law. And so because of that stress and I don't feel the love, I typically don't shoot weddings. But if somebody say, hey, Amber, can you capture my wedding at a courthouse? I'll be obliged to do that. So that's just my observation based on my professionalism.
Amber, let me ask
No,
you a question.
hold on before we jump there, because this is a fresh statement. I want to actually say this. Mother J, she says, stop comparing your relationship to the next. I'm going to tell you something, Mother J. It's going to be
I
very
love you,
difficult.
Mother J.
Let me tell you why it's going to be very difficult, right? This is important, right? Just like me and Ricky have discussed and people have agreed, there's an attack on, and I think OG said there is an attack on the on marriage, right? The union of marriage, things of that nature, right? And here's the thing about not comparing things. It's almost impossible. You want to know why? You're indoctrinated to do it. You go to class, what grades you get? Oh, where you get your clothes from? Oh, she cuter than you. I look better than her. Oh, he taller than. Everything is put out there to incentivize dissension, right? And if you don't have somebody that's intelligent enough to separate these things, you will fall victim to it. And most of us are in the matrix. And so it's nearly impossible to not fall victim to these things if you don't realize it's happening to you. So this is why most people will constantly compare. Who car is that? That's a nice car. I'll make the point all the time to people. Go back into the 1920s and look at a Ford car. They all look alike. They all black. They all identical. They wasn't trying to commercially sell to you. They was giving you a product to get you from point A to point B. At some point, they said Audis, Ferraris, Lambos, like what you want, get your poison, because they was trying to sell to you, not get from point A to point B. Then they say, hey, get there faster. But then you get on the road and you in traffic, you ain't getting there that much faster. So you have to understand these things, right? And listen, Mother J, you're my girl now, but you're from St. Louis, so we in trouble now. You gotta get you a man that understand these things, right? Because when he can break it down to you like that and you can take it in, you can then combat the things that you don't know that exist that's trying to break y'all apart, right?
Aaron,
now,
are you saying the St. Louis man can't do that?
I'm saying it's only one of me, okay? Ain't nothing I could do about it, okay? That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing I could do about it, okay?
Hey, Aaron,
I'm trying to do the best I can to give back to the people, okay? I'm sharing my thoughts, my mind with the people, and we build it. And I'm bringing great minds along with me. So she from St. Louis.
Can I Amber a couple of questions?
Well, what she said was real, though.
Hold on, Chris. 1 second. Amber, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Like, how many courthouse weddings have you done, would you say?
Over the 8 years I've been shooting, I've probably done about 12.
12. And in 12 courthouse weddings, how many of them didn't you hear any vows said in?
Oh, I heard vows. I think majority of them had their own personal vows that they wrote. If I can remember, they wrote their own vows. I just remember people pulling out paper or pulling out their phones and made it very personal.
But everybody for the weddings that you did shoot and the times that you did, everybody pretty much had vows, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not letting this. No, guys, I'm not letting
Don't
this.
do that.
No, I'm not. No.
Did you set me up? Did I get set up? Did you set me up?
No, I'm not.
Come on, Aaron.
Wait, did I get set up?
Israel.
That's her personal experience, Aaron.
Don't
Come
allow
on.
it, Aaron.
I got this one. Hey, yo. Okay,
That's her
Israel. Listen.
Did I get set up, y'all? Did I get set up?
Yeah, he set you up.
No,
It's okay, baby.
Hold on.
He set you up.
It's okay, Amber. It's okay.
I just asked her for her experience. She told you.
Right. I DJ in the spring and summer. I DJ in the spring, and I'm a wedding DJ. Shout out to all the wedding DJs around the world. Right. Plenty of weddings I done seen, right? Where the man comes, the pastor comes down, he says a couple of things. I now announce you man and wife. No vows.
Wait, they don't have to say I do and I do? Nobody don't have to say I do?
No, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm saying
No, Ricky, that's not what I
listen. No, you trying to flip. I'll let you get off. Hold on, Izzy. Right. What I'm saying is that what you don't seem to want to understand is that you volunteer to do that. The wedding is your ceremony before God, supposedly. What you set up as the rules and regulations for that to happen is completely up to you. You're paying for it.
Okay.
You're trying to make it a necessity when it's not. Now, this is what I'm saying. The vow is between me and my girl. The vow is between the ceremony is for show, like I told y'all earlier. It's the public announcement of this vow we have. That we have, but no one is required to sit up there and say a specific vow with a specific judge or officiant or pastor or preacher.
I feel you, but most people don't. Would you admit, wait, Ricky, would you admit?
Most people don't know, but shit, most of y'all don't know that when you sign up for a driver's license, you sign yourself up to be able to be served a warrant, do you?
Right. Now, that's why I wanted to ask you real quick, Ricky. So you know about capital versus lowercase and semicolons.
Correct. The English language is written for a reason. That's what they taught us when we was in grammar school. You use capital R, little I, little C, little K, little E, little Y, because shit means stuff. But like I said, we're living in this world right now where people want to be able to change it to fit their narrative when it doesn't work that way.
Right. So that's a whole different. But you realize that's a whole level of information that most people are not privy to or not.
But ignorance of it is no excuse, correct?
And that's just true. But I heard the language that you used earlier, and so I got it. I understand totally what you're saying. But again, when I got married, I was in my 20s. Now you're talking about much later, and I got new information. So that's you see what I'm saying? So I understand. You feel me? You feel?
It's okay.
I'm with you, Is. Even though you did send me email, I'm with you, bro.
So since Iz want to go back to this vow stuff, right? I'm gonna do it then. I'm gonna do it. No, it's cool. It's cool. I do it. So Iz, for you, what the hell does it matter if you say vows or not? Does it really matter? To you personally, does it truly matter?
Does it truly matter to me if I say vows or not?
Okay, let me clarify. How much do you mean it when you say a vow? Like how much do you genuinely mean it?
Oh, I mean it 100%.
You mean 100%, right? Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever broke a vow?
That's hard.
That's hard?
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. I don't want to just
take your time. Take your time. I got all day.
Hey, Iz, you was divorced, right?
I was divorced.
All right, so you broke a vow.
Hey, Sharon, be quiet. Let him answer on his own.
Wait, that's not necessarily.
My bad. I need some patience. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the
You're on timeout,
Sharon.
Listen,
I'm the GOAT for a reason.
You're on timeout.
I'm the GOAT for a reason. Okay, Sharon, let me work.
Hold on. No, I haven't broken a vow.
So did you take a vow did you take vows when you got married? I think you told Ricky. I didn't know we could. In those vows, did you say till death do you part?
I did.
Gotcha. Okay, so that means that when he says he didn't break a vow, that means he didn't file for a divorce. You guys got to read between the lines, right? So fair enough, right? So
wait, well, hold on. Let me clarify. I left her, but I did not file for divorce.
Oh, you just made this even worse.
You need to make that make sense.
Wait. Calm down.
You should have left it alone, Izzy. You should have left it alone. You was doing good, Izzy. You was doing good, Izzy. Izzy, you was doing good.
I'm telling
you,
you,
left it alone, Izzy.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Modern Renaissance. What's up with that?
Wait, listen. Hold on.
We gotta change his name to Contradicting Iz.
Hold on.
That's his new name. Contradicting
Hold on,
Iz.
fam. Hold on. I did not break the vow, though. I did not break the vow. No, I've never broken a vow.
But you left her.
I left the situation, yes, but it was supposed to be a temporary situation. It was supposed to be a separation.
So you was temporary separated.
Separated, right? I didn't file for
He said, I didn't break the vow. I just bent it. I
didn't break it or bend it. I didn't break it or. That's not a bend. Hold on.
Okay. So slow down.
Wait,
Stop.
hold on. Let me.
No.
Aaron, let me talk for a second.
No, I'm gonna let you talk, but I just you got the floor. I just want to ask you one question because I wasn't there for your vows. So I just want to ask you if this statement was said. You was there. I was not. Did you say? I promise to love you and always be by your side. Did you say that?
No.
Okay,
that
continue
wasn't
on. I asked a legitimate question. Continue on.
No, that wasn't one of them.
Okay.
Better or worse?
See, but again, right?
Wait, Ricky, one quick second. This is the thing, right? So, and I kind of told the story a little bit earlier, so that's why I want to clarify. So sometimes, right, I'm gonna be a little transparent in this. Yo, my ex-wife, I was young, right? I was 24 when I got married. She had just had 4 children for me, back to back. One of the first child died. So if you understand anything about women when they have children, especially young, the chemical imbalance, the chemicals and the things that happen emotionally and psychologically to a woman changes her. So it was during the time that she was very much changed and she was going through a lot of things. So it was some real crazy things going on in those circumstances, situations that, was not in my best interest or in her best interest for us to stay in the same place at the same time. So I will say that. But now she's a much better person. You know what I'm saying? It was just a period of time that she was going through because chemically she had all of those children for me back to back. I mean, listen, I have my 2 daughters by the same woman are 10 months apart. It was like that. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So
she had your kids for you and you left her.
No, so Ricky,
because you didn't want to give her a goddamn rest. You had Irish twins.
You don't know. Don't do that, fam.
Could it have been possible that you said she came back a better person? Could it have been possible that you could have just stayed separated while she became that better person?
And again, modern Renaissance. Why y'all caping?
I'm just asking. I'm asking, bro. For real.
It's possible, but if I'm not the person that filed for a divorce, if I'm not the person that broke the vow, then you see what I'm saying? So
I got you, bro. I want to ask him on behalf of saying something that you understand, like.
So in her traumatic experience, in her trauma, what she was going through, postpartum, all types of stuff that she was going through, and she was not in her right mind, she was the one that filed. I separated because it was not a good situation. She filed, and it's cool. But what I'm saying is, no, I did not break the vows. So that's to just give you a little bit of history. Y'all can do what y'all want with it, but that's how it's not a contradiction, and that's how it's totally true.
It's okay to be contradicted. It's okay.
So
it's not contradiction.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Israel, was there any possibility of you guys reconciling?
No, sir. We went to counseling. It just was, when someone is out of their mind temporarily, which she was.
Now we gonna get up off you, We're gonna get up off you.
No. Let me just answer the question. I can answer my questions. She was temporarily out of her mind because of the chemicals, like just going back to back. It wasn't good. She wasn't in her right state of mind.
I'm making the face because I think this is a loaded, sensitive topic where no matter what, it seems super personal, and I would just want to say he doesn't have to talk about it anymore.
No, I'm okay. This is 24 years ago, so I'm okay. 22 years ago, so I'm okay. But what I'm saying is that, it's something that happened. She wasn't at the time in her right mind. She wasn't in her right state of being, and a lot of things were done that can't be reversed. So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that happened, something that we both went through. But it was for the best. What ended up happening ultimately was for the best.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
You did all. I'm just gonna finish it up, Aaron. So you did everything you could to try to do everything. That's all I wanted to ask. Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say one more damaging thing, and then I'm gonna move off of it. All right.
Then let me retort if you go ahead.
No, you can. Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna stop nobody from responding. Do you remember what you actually said in your vows? Like literally, like remember.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's pretty impressive because I would love to hear what you said because I think you broke your vows, but I'm not gonna hold you to it. Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Same to me, is say your vows to me.
No. Let it go. That's my guy. Leave him alone. So look, I'm gonna say this though. The one thing that you did give insight to, which is unfortunate, I have to highlight it. I can't walk past it because I gotta be real. When men say men don't leave marriages, the women do. They the ones that foul, and then they retort and say, "Well, we foul, but he already left me." That gives credence to those statements. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the dangers of it. Go ahead.
Wait. This is the thing, Aaron. Everything has context. So if you're in a situation and somebody is not really in their right mental health or right state of mind, right, and they are causing situations where you could lose your life or you could lose your professional or your money, whatever the case may be, right? And you know that, look, you love the person, you love your children, but it's better for them if you're not in the situation, but you're helping, then that's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you can't be in, listen, you can't help anybody if you are in a detrimental situation. If I was locked up, I couldn't help anybody. If I was dead.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that at all. It's just none of the reasons you just gave is in the vows for objecting out of the vows. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I said I didn't leave the marriage. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a such thing as separation.
No, I get it. But okay. Let me ask you.
And
Wait. No. Stop. No. Let me ask this question. No. Let me ask this question, and I will leave it alone. Did you sign them papers? In order to get a divorce, did you sign?
No.
Why did never mind?
Now, no. Do you know? Well, let me clarify. Do you know that if a person files, and this is what happened, if she filed on me, right, and I didn't know about it in the state that I was living in, and she put it in paper and I didn't contest it, then after a certain period of time, we was divorced. I didn't sign a thing.
Oh, so not making a decision is making a decision is what you're saying.
What, Sharon?
Not making a decision is making a decision is what you're saying.
No, what are you talking about?
Because you not signing the papers is the same thing as you signing the papers.
I never got any papers, Sharon. What are you talking about? You didn't hear anything I just said.
Hold on, let him finish. Sharon, let him finish. I gotta see how.
Yeah, no, I heard what you said. You said if you don't sign the papers, then it's just a no fault.
No, that's not what I said, Sharon. That's not what I said. What I said was, in the state of North Carolina, if someone files for a divorce and you don't know about it and you do not contest it, after a certain period of time, if you didn't know that they filed and you didn't contest it, they put it in the paper. And if you've never seen it, if you've never known, then you are back then at least, you are legally divorced. And that is what happened.
Yeah,
it happens here in Illinois too.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
So I didn't know. I did not sign any papers.
Yeah, I'm saying you got it. You're not making a decision; it's making a decision. It's okay.
Come on, you could try to make it.
It's the truth. Like you not leading whatever you was leading, or you not deciding you not filing for it, you not signing anything. It led to the reason why you divorced.
No, but it didn't. I wouldn't have filed for it. The truth of the matter is, when
you left her, so she therefore for her to move on with her life, she had to file for divorce, and then you trying to play a blind eye to it. You wound up getting divorced in the long run.
That's not what happened. You're twisting the narrative, and that's not what happened. Again, I told you it was mental health. It was a mental health and a chemical situation where she was not she was not in her right mind. So if you're with somebody and they are putting your life and they're putting your freedom in jeopardy, then you cannot continue to sustain that. If you want to be somebody for your kids, you cannot sustain that. So if the separation was supposed to be temporary in order for her to have time to get herself together and for me to be able to cope with everything that was going on and be the man that I needed to be. Now, again,
Was the chemicals you talking about that was in Baz is symbol IZ?
Hold
All
on,
right,
one
let's not get
second.
caught up. Let's not get caught up. We
Hold
want
on.
to keep
You
pushing
talking
forward.
about? Listen, you talking about a 24-year-old kid that didn't know nothing. Like, the dude that you see before you today is an amalgamation and a creation from all the things that I've been through and learning the lessons from the things that I've been through. And I've been through a lot. But me at 24, I didn't know shit. I knew less than shit, to be honest with you. So I did the best I can with the information that I had. So that's all I could tell you. I was 24 years old. That was a long, long time ago.
My ears. I'm about to jump off. I came here to ask you because I care about black men and mental health. When you was going through postpartum, you know what I'm saying, and you clearly was going through it with your lady. What? You're right. Let me elaborate even better. When he was dealing with somebody in the house, he was dealing with secondary trauma, is what they call it. Thank you, Sharon. Are you okay now, Israel? That's all I wanted to ask.
Yeah, man, it was 24 years ago, so I'm really good now. It took a while, but it took a lot of work and it took a lot of time, but I'm very good now.
Okay, so I don't want to keep probing, but the people have asked this question.
In Michigan too this Saturday.
No, don't start. No. It's a legitimate question. Did you take your kids with you when you left?
So the answer to that question is no. And this is the thing. I attempted to take my children with me, right? However, she was putting up a lot of resistance and a lot of
fighting. Crazy?
Yes. So listen to what I did. Listen to what I did. Her mother was in a better situation at the time, and she was okay with her mother basically having a lot, with our kids. So I let that situation ride like that with her mother, you know what I'm saying, basically being the primary, so that it wouldn't be. It was already like a traumatic, hellacious, bad experience. So I didn't want to make it any more trauma for my children or any worse for my children. So I allowed them to basically be more primarily with her mother than with her or with me.
All right.
So
that's fair. It's understandable.
So it was, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them situations where if it was me or her, at first she was like, yo, you could take them. And my homeboy would tell you, I immediately took my kids. I immediately made plans and everything like that for my kids. But then she came and she was making all this fuss and doing all this stuff. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'm just saying it got bad. And so I was like, yo, rather than let my kids suffer or go through that kind of trauma, I'll go ahead and use a medium person in the situation.
Hey, Aaron, you brought up the question about licenses, correct? About licensed marriage?
Let's be clear. I brought up a lot of questions.
Yeah, you did. But I think Matter Renaissance talked about it, and Ricky talked about it too. Here's the definition: the permission by competent authority to do an act which without such permission would be illegal. So I was looking that up when y'all was talking about that, and I remember one of the other panels I was watching talked about the difference between getting licensed marriage and unlicensed marriage. And I think it was like, I'm looking at 5 reasons why you shouldn't, because you're actually granting states jurisdiction over your marriage. And it gets off into, because I know somebody brought up common law and the rest of that, but it gets off into a lot of legal stuff that even as long as I've been married that I wasn't aware of, and reason why we have the laws the way they are. So that's something that just to put out in this conversation to go look up about the definition about the licenses and what that grants you, because I know Ricky touched on that earlier. So I looked that up and was like, yeah, he's right. It's the way the language is and the way the law is granted.
So one of the reasons me and you was having a difference of viewpoints was that you said this generation is kind of trying to change what marriage is, right? And if you was walking by the stairs, I'll push you down the stairs for saying that, right? But here's the thing, right? So because
Wow.
because
You're such a
of
nice
said
guy.
because though I think a lot of times it's easier to watch from above, right? When you watching everybody else operate and you already set in stone, right? And you watching the paint ain't dry on the concrete, you watching it here, and you like, man, you pouring that concrete wrong. The way we used to pour this concrete, I did it right. I was over there working on it. And then you see all these people screaming and yelling at them. Hey, watch the game. The game is on. They over there looking at the game while they're trying to pour the concrete. All these distractions that we have now, y'all never had them. We hear the way y'all talk about it. Y'all never had this level of distractions, the less of influence of parents ever. You never had this ability to move physically to leave your kids behind at these type of rates. Like you literally can get on a plane, be gone for a week, come back. Like it's just a different level of information and experiences that this generation has to go through. So it's elements added. There's variables added to why we're experiencing things differently. I don't think that we're trying to reinvent marriage. I think we're dealing with people who view marriage differently. And that's nothing that anybody else really can do about it because we only know what we taught. Because if I asked you, how did you know about marriage or what do you learn about marriage? You would have to pull from experiences either that people taught you or that you saw, right?
Hey,
Okay,
Aaron,
sir. So hold on, sir.
Don't
Is
say
this
nothing wrong.
Hold on. Is this before or after you push me down the stairs? Because if you push me down the stairs, my cognitive dissonance would be so damaged, and I might have brain trauma and everything else down there. So if you're going to ask me this question before you push the OG down the stairs, I might be able to engage in your question.
To be fair, I'm gonna get life insurance before I push you downstairs. Don't even worry. I'm gonna take care of that first.
Hey, wait. Can I say this real quick? Wait, can I say this real quick?
And the Amber
How you get your social security number already?
Wait, hold on. Can I say this real quick? So I want to clarify. I want to clarify that, yo, I didn't never say that she was trying to kill me. I said my life was in danger. I never said that she was trying to kill me. So for people to make that connection that if she was trying to kill me, then why would I leave my kids with her? No, that's not the case. And again, I didn't leave my kids with her. I left my children with her mother because I took my kids initially and I had them for a week, but then she started doing extra things to get them back. Remember, we were married, legally married. So we both have rights to the children. So that whole court proceeding, that whole court procedure takes a long time. Number one. Number two, I'm a dude from the street. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So all of this court stuff and all of this paternity court and all this stuff, you got to remember, a young kid, I didn't know nothing about all of that. The only thing I knew is that I wanted to protect my children. I wanted my children to be okay. I wanted my children to be safe. And I didn't want any problems and drama with my ex-wife.
Although you doing that, Israel, man, which I'm totally with you on that, man. But honestly, bro, I would not be explaining myself to some people behind the keyboard that I do not know who they are.
Nah, I feel you, but I just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get you. I mean, they're gonna find another angle. They're gonna say, okay, well, in this case, then, well, how come you? They're gonna find something else, man. They're gonna do it.
Hey, Modern Renaissance, can I before I'm getting ready to collect my insurance policy because I didn't got pushed down the stairs because Aaron asked me this doggone question to where I'm so badly damaged right now. What's up, Q?
Well, I wanted to wait.
Aaron asked me this doggone question.
Wait, Q, you got background noise. Before we jump, Amber wanted to get in. I don't want to make sure we don't jump over her.
Well, I just kind of want to expound the exchange between you and OG, meaning I kind of want to piggyback what you're saying, Aaron, because based on the consensus, just what I observed, our generation, our parents and our grandparents, on what they tell us about marriage has construed our views on marriage in this day and age. Prime example, a lot of us, myself included, was told by our mother or our grandmother, don't depend on no man, or if you even get with a man, have a plan B, C, and D. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you're solely dependent on that man, because if he does something, you have no way of getting out. On the other end, I hear so many brothers say from their OGs or from their uncles or their fathers, like, this happy wife, happy life shit ain't working. They're not seeing the benefits of marriage. I think that is, the reason why you see the decline, or people are not rushing to get married based on what we have been told and what we have been seeing from our parents, grandparents, and our great grandparents.
And
Yeah, no,
Aaron,
that,
this is
that,
why
that,
earlier. Aaron, this is why earlier when we was with Mr. Fantastic is why I say we gotta be careful who we listening to, and we need to see and at least have some kind of understanding where they relationship at before that we take advice from those people. Because those
Okay.
people that gave us those advice, they had failing relationships.
The reason why people look down on marriage is because y'all closed-minded. I'm gonna be honest with you. The truth of the matter is, like I tell you, this is how crazy. And I'm gonna say it, niggas, black folks, melanated, whatever y'all want to call it, AOCs, right? Because I tell y'all, I've been married happily for 22 years, and everybody say, well, everybody ain't like that.
That's it. That's the
right?
problem.
That's y'all. Like I said, y'all don't see no value in other people. That's just the honest to God truth. Marriage is a beautiful thing when you're willing to work at it and it's done correctly. My correct is not your correct, right? The way I do things is not the way you. We have different perspectives. We both see life differently. We all have different aspects and different factors that plays a difference in each of our day-to-day lives, right? But for people to actually think that it's better for you to die alone. It's better for you to die alone.
That is terrible. I'm telling you that from a medical professional. That is absolutely 100% terrible to see that in the hospital. Every week I see this.
Right? This is what y'all saying when y'all say, I don't care about nobody. I'd rather be myself.
Crazy.
It makes no sense. To me, it's psychotic.
So
everybody, but y'all sit up there and you'll buy a dog, right? And hold the dog to the same responsibilities and treat him like he the man of your house and shit. This motherfucking dog don't listen, don't do shit I say. Right? Don't y'all know a dog is the most loyal animal in the world if you treat it right?
Yeah.
Don't y'all know that? It's the most, a dog would die for you if you treat it right. But y'all saying the same breath that men are dogs, but y'all don't know how to treat no pet. Marriage is beautiful when you have two people that's mature enough to come to an understanding. That's all it is. Everything else y'all keep putting on it. Again, y'all niggas is scared. You're scared you're gonna lose something. This is just the facts. I wish y'all stop lying. Oh, ROI, like it's a business. Look, Nick, money on paper and you get your ass up and work for that shit every goddamn day and don't say shit. But won't get up and work for your relationship.
Testing.
Okay, so Aaron.
No, stop right there, because I want that to simmer for a moment, and then I want to respond, and you can come in right after me, OG. See, one of the things that's disheartening for me, even though I don't use my heart very much because I don't really have one, but I have to say it in the context of
lies. You
so
a liar. You have a heart. You a
only
liar.
Ricky get to say that, Amber. Now hush down. No, that's Ricky line. No, calm down. Okay, listen. Let me get to my point. Okay, here's the thing that's disheartening, right? Because we have effectively come to the understanding that people believe that they don't need each other. The need component, that need statement, right, is so big, right? And it sucks for me to hear women say that they don't need men. Because they started that. Men ain't never said they don't need women. They started it. Like, we don't want to play that game. It's disheartening because I've seen the type of death and violence that a man will incur on behalf of a woman. And because I know the ultimate sacrifice is life, and I know which one of us have to give that when necessary, it's like, unless I give it, you gonna be like, it ain't, unless you die for me, forget it. Show me your heart. Pull it out your chest right now. I need to see it so I know it's real, right? But I know, right? Men go through these experiences every day, what another man can physically do to them and what they may have to do to another man, right? On behalf of their family, on behalf of honor, on words. A man got to die behind words. That stuff is deep with me because I have an understanding, and most men on this panel have an understanding on that, right? And to hear how women just write, well, we don't need you. I make my own money and this, that. I'm like, yo, I don't never want to deal with y'all. I don't never want to deal with y'all for the simple disrespect. That's why I'm such a constant, I always say respect to the soldiers, because the ultimate sacrifice means something to me because I know I may have to give it. And I know you ain't going to do it. And I know it ain't on you to do it, and I accept that I have to do it. But for you to disrespect it and not value it properly, it's hurtful. It's hurtful, and I hurt for other men because I'm going to get my respect. So I'm not worried about me particularly, but I hurt for other men because they have to do things bigger than themselves when most women have to just focus on their family. And that's why it's so hurtful having these conversations, because I know what men really, really got to give up. And unless they pull their heart out, stop, jump in front of that bullet. And women will come up here and tell you that their husband died for them. We can get story after story after story after story after story after story about the sacrifices that men have made for their families. And to know that you could even die from words, and to hear a woman utter out her mouth, well, I don't need you. Y'all just don't know, just like y'all pierce with y'all mouths. Y'all don't know just how much damage that does to a man that's prepared to die. Y'all just don't know. And so it's hard to get past that. It's like betrayal of your best friend for 20 years. You can't get past it. So like this.
What's the draw? So have a closed heart because of that. I'm asking as a woman because I cannot fully understand. I'm not a man, right? So what's the draw?
I'm trying my best to have these conversations to understand, because once you betray a man, once he is betrayed, you can't get him back. You can't.
Are you speaking of a woman in a relationship or women?
No, we speaking in.
Am I going to ever answer Aaron's question?
You know,
okay,
go ahead. Because what I'm saying ain't important. Go ahead, y'all.
No, Aaron. Well, I would think as a man, y'all be glad though women say, "I don't need a man," because those are women you want to stay away from. Wouldn't you want women to say that up front so you could stay away from her? Because women that say that, honestly, they're hurt, they're traumatized, they're carrying baggage, and that's a red flag in your mind. If she's saying that before you get too deep, you don't even want to talk to her or take her into a
No. I hear you, right? Okay. Y'all think all men, listen, a man,
Aaron, then me, then Sharon.
I know, I got you, OG. I'm sorry.
Amber jumped in.
I know, I'm sorry, OG, but this
Hugh
is
jumped in. Y'all just gonna be so disrespectful. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I mean, he already pushed me down the stairs. Now y'all just gonna trample over me.
No, OG,
step
I'm
all
sorry.
over me and everything.
This is important, right? Because this is where so this is why it's important, right? Because this is where the conflict of the communication dissolves, right? Because here's the thing, right? I'm telling y'all women are selfish, dead selfish, right? And y'all what y'all sacrifice is for y'all family, right? Men sacrifice for everybody. It is for everybody. And y'all don't truly understand how much is instilled upon them. We can go to the newspapers, pull up the history on history. 16-year-old jumps in front of a bullet, saves such and such cheerleaders from death. Why would he do such a thing? It's instilled upon him as he is a man, and he has to be a sacrificial lamb for people he don't goddamn know. And y'all would be like, I don't want my husband to sacrifice his life. It's in us. But listen, if y'all, people are so hurt, and I'm telling, we so far apart. That's why when Ricky say, look, when you find that person, make it work. We so far apart. I don't know how we get back. I don't know. It's a lot. It's deep. It's over. We know. Come on, Ricky. But listen, that's why I say these conversations are important, because y'all don't know how much pain exists. Because men internalize. Y'all externalize. We internalize. Y'all don't know a man's pain. So when a man like me, I will speak and say, yo, y'all should tell that man, be grateful. Say this. Oh, no, I am. No, say it. Go do that. Because he's not going to tell you to do it. Because we built to take this and just keep taking it. Y'all, y'all mental health. We care about y'all. Just express yourself. We get on the internet, start talking. Stop whining on the internet. Stop whining on the internet. Like, y'all have to understand, like, there is no winning right now for men. They don't see a win. And that's why they tell you the most dangerous man is a man with no purpose. And if you take their ability to have families, to build, you start to take purpose away from a lot of men. Because every man don't build cars. Every man don't build corporations. Every man ain't streamlining. They don't have the ingenuity to create certain things, right? So they need purpose from other things, and they build it upon family, their leaderships, and something that we all can do with our abilities. But when y'all take that away and men feel betrayed, now listen, I'm not saying women don't feel betrayed. I'm not, okay? Y'all have y'all right to entitled to express yourself, but I'm telling you, when you tell a man, we don't need you, and we know that y'all do, and what we willing to do for y'all, it's damn near no coming back. You say it's damn near no coming back, and y'all seeing it. They said, we taking marriage off the table. We taking dinners off the table. Like literally the stuff that y'all complain about. They don't even want to open doors no more. They don't want to change time. We taking everything off the table because when we go, we ready to go. Y'all not built to go out the way we willing to go out. That's why y'all seeing it. Y'all women starting to concede. I'm gonna stop now. I know we're going a little too far. I don't want to hang around women no more. Them women crazy. I just want to be different. Y'all starting to understand the ramification of these actions. Y'all really starting to feel like, yo, these men will really stop. They will really let me get beat up. They will really just sit there and watch all this stuff happen. They didn't check out. And y'all doing y'all best because you're like, I ain't gonna lie, I want them. I want them. My pride won't let me say I need them, but I'll fake it. But you need to know you need them. They need that appreciation and that understanding because they willing to do what nobody else is willing to do on the opposite end. That needs to be understood. It's a bigger sacrifice. Our purpose, whether you like it or not, is bigger than yours. And that is uncomfortable to say, but it's a necessary statement. Say it's bigger than yours. So when you try to equate yours to ours, it will never work. We have to make the biggest sacrifices in life. It is a requirement. When we look at you, you understand that. Not to look at me and say, oh, I'm going to keep it real with you. I would like to have you. I want you, but I don't need you.
Amen.
Don't you ever utter them words ever out your mouth again. You need to check. Listen, y'all should hate the women that say this thing more than men because they have betrayed y'all and turned men against y'all, and y'all didn't even do nothing.
Not really.
Y'all collateral damage.
I think as a woman, I wouldn't hate them. I mean, because you know what, they're doing a service. You know,
you keep
Hold on.
Billy, but Billy,
Hey,
those
I
women
want you
are
to enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you later.
Hi, Sharon. Those women are showing their character.
No.
Let
It's
me
not
go
even
on my
about
own
those
path
women.
and separate myself from them. Why?
But even still, y'all choose not to do it because me and my girl was talking about this the other day.
Billy,
The
why
difference
you
between listen.
Billy,
Hey, Billy, your audio is trash.
Billy, are you on
Your
Android?
audio is trash.
I'm sorry.
Your
What?
audio is
Your
trash.
phone has static.
I'm sorry.
See, God blocked me.
Hey, Illuminated, go ahead, bro.
Really? Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you, Ricky. Thank you, Modern Renaissance. I mean, the original question was, Aaron asked me, why do I always come on these panels and say that marriage is being redefined? Before the push down of the stairs, and I was at the podium, I was explaining to him why I feel that because the institution of marriage has not changed. Marriage is between a man and a woman. What they have done is through the courts and through legislation, everything, they're redefining what marriage is. So for me, I said, I grew up, and to Amber's point, I understand what she's saying, and I understand what some of the OGs told the men. But for me, I look at all that, and then it's like Ricky says, you have to, in Modern Renaissance, you have to make that decision for yourself. Once you two imperfect people come together, you guys got to decide and say, okay, can we sustain this relationship? I'm in it for the long haul. How about you? You guys come into agreement, and then we go through life. Guess what? Life happens.
But
Now,
old school, everybody enters a relationship with the best intentions.
Could I finish, sir? We're
I
having a
mean, yeah,
dialogue
but
here.
I just wanted to
I'm just saying we're
interject and
having a
say
dialogue
that.
here, and I was very, very patient, and I didn't interrupt anybody. Aaron knows me. I
I'm
don't do
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
So all I'm saying is that when the two people come together, Yes, to your point, Billy, yes, they do come with good intentions. But like what Ricky is saying is you're going to have to make some sacrifices. There's some things that modern Renaissance sacrificed 8 to 10 years of his life to be where he's at today. That's what he had to do. Ricky had to do the same thing. I had to do the same thing. The people on this panel that are married, this is what they're telling you. We have to make these sacrifices in this marriage. It's, we talk about this and that, and then what happens is we come to Aaron's point, we come to today's time. He said, "Oh, gee, it's not like that anymore. This is what's going on. That's what's going on." Okay, fine. Do you love this woman? Yes. Do you want to marry her? Yes. Then, as Ricky say all the time on his panels, all that other stuff is just noise. That's
It's
just
not.
people.
It's really
It's
not.
just it's just people talking. It's you two. When you get behind these four walls, I can get on this internet. I can tell y'all some of the most grandest thing. I can tell Amber and sell her a bill of goods, and Aaron has to. Amber can say, "Well, you know what, Illuminated, maybe you're right. I don't know. I can only go by what you tell me. The only thing that really happens is what goes on behind these four walls." And for me, being married for 40 years, I've seen the progression. That's why, for me, far as experience wise, I say they're trying to redefine what marriage is. I still say marriage institution is beautiful, it's loving, it's caring. If something happens to you or your loved one, your spouse, you're there for each other. Two are better than one. For all these independent, just keep living. I guarantee you, by the age of 40 and 50, it's going to sink in. Then it's going to be too late when you don't have any grandchildren or any children. Listen to, I encourage, I'm going to close with this. I ask you or encourage you to listen to Andrew Tate when he went to go see his
great
grandmother or mother,
grandmother, whatever.
where we had all those generations came from one woman. She didn't talk about her career. She didn't talk about how much money she had. She had a people that was around there that was there for her to love. And you
Okay.
cannot.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Illuminated. What I'm trying to say is that that's the morality of that woman, and today's morality has changed. These women nowadays are willing to subject their relationship. Uh, 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 Put it like this. Me and my
No.
girl was saying. Put it like this. Me and my girl was talking about this today. I was like, the difference between women nowadays and women like my grandmother is that those women did not allow whores around their men. Like these women nowadays are friends with whores. They are cool with whores. They are accepting to the whore lifestyle. And not only that, they will let a whore in their house around their man.
Okay.
Knowing that your friend has sex with married
Okay,
men. They have
Billy.
friends
Who?
that have sex with married men, and they're willing to, instead of saying, "Girl, you can't come around my family. You can't come around my house. You can't do this, is that, and other." They will let these women around their men, and then the men act like men, and then they get mad at the men acting like men.
Billy.
True.
And I'll let Amber challenge on this, and I know she's real big on this. That comes from home training. This generation that you're speaking of, it has to do with how was they raised, who was their influence in their lives, because we always use this excuse saying that time has changed. Yeah, time keeps going on. Time waits for no one. But what you have to understand is the parental and the guidance and the influence and the wisdom that you instilled in your child, that come from you as a parent. If you want to be all loosey and you want to run around here and live that thought life, then you're going to be about that life and you're going to get the results of that life. So it's up to you. If you have children, it's up to you to saying, "Hey, I always had a saying in my household, we can be in the hood, but don't let the hood get in you." I don't
Right.
have to speak
But
that
at the
type of
same,
language.
but at the same time, you are a product of your environment. The things that you've been through, the things that you go through, the things that you've seen have an
Billy, you
effect on you.
pathetic. Billy,
That's
you're
an
pathetic.
excuse. That's an excuse.
No. It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But look. I understand what y'all saying about the excuse. I agree.
Billy,
But at the
adjust your
same
device.
time,
Adjust your device wherever your speakers are. Make sure they're exposed and they're not. There's nothing blocking the speakers. I think that's what's probably causing.
Move any electronics by it.
Should I drop down?
Just move whatever.
You do still have static. At times it doesn't have static and then it comes back. I'm not sure what the technological issues that you may have. I'm pretty sure you got an iPhone 7. Go ahead, Miss Amber.
Android.
Well, when I first came on, I remember I was speaking on my professional view or experience, what I saw. Personally, my parents were married when they had me. They got divorced when I was 11. And so my parents, what I saw just on my parents my mother is on her third marriage. And I think my dad is about to, my dad just celebrated his 68th birthday. And I think he's on the verge of proposing to his possibly third wife. And so what I've seen growing up, even watching my parents and then watching my stepmom, stepdad, stepmoms, that marriage is a form of duty. I had a friend who moved to Korea. She married a Korean man. And she even told me over there, the culture over there, marriage is more so. Obviously, they fell in love and things like that. But based on their culture, marriage is all about duty to your spouse, to the children, and to the legacy of the family name. So I was just speaking on that I've seen marriage be a beautiful thing. But also, too, in the midst of that, I've seen both my mother and my father told me, don't depend on a man or have a backup. So I've seen both sides of it.
Amber, do you think the morality of a lot of people have changed, like in regards to duty in marriage?
I don't know if it's more of a morality or proximity to what we see and digest on a daily basis, i.e. social media, trash TV, and things like that. When we are literally viewing this shit all day, every day, these fake social media psychologists, what a relationship is not. I think it's less of a morality and more of EQ, like kind of what Illuminated and Ricky saying, taking all the information and deciphering it for yourself, if that answers your question.
It does. But to follow that question up, I would say that, hold on. Somebody else go while I formulate this question.
I want to jump in there. Okay.
I want to hear Q. What Q? She's sitting there looking like she ready to be petty.
Hey, on TJ, but which part? To Billy's question, or
you go wherever you want to go with it, and you ain't got to respond to him if you don't want.
Aaron's little, not little because it wasn't little.
It was a long rant.
Synops.
Yeah, it was little.
I don't think us as women should hate the women that say they don't need women. I don't try to hold no damn women accountable because they don't freaking listen, right? So if those damn women want to say they don't need men, don't hate men, that's on them. Like, I think that, those type of women that say that, man should be like, okay, she's a red flag. I shouldn't listen to her. Let me direct myself to a woman that knows that she needs a man in her life. So why, as a woman, should I hate those type of women?
I'm going to tell you why. No. Billy, hold on.
Those type of women that say that are not on the same level as me. So why should I even look their direction to pay them any mind?
Because I'm going to tell you why. Right? And people don't like this, right? Black people are a representation of black people, whether we like it or not. Women are a representation of women, whether they like it or not. Men are a representation of men, whether we like it or not. That's why men are very quick to distinguish what type of men they hate. I hate men like this. I can't stand men like I hate weak men. Keep them from around me. They go off.
Do y'all?
Aaron has no problem.
Wait, on YouTube, do y'all or do y'all hold cookies to a higher grandstand? Do y'all applause the ghetto-ness? Like, so
no. Did you hear what I just said?
Not you. I'm not talking about you, Billy, but I'm saying it's like
Ricky, you're gonna have to help me here. I can't do it.
I'm not okay. Ricky does, but I'm saying for other people, Like, you guys hurrah the ghetto stories. You guys hurrah, oh, he's a pookie or etc. or whatever. But me, I'm not holding. Women don't freaking listen. So you think they're gonna listen to women? You know what happens if we try to hold women accountable? Oh, you're pick me, you're mammy, you're this, and that. So why do I need to have that energy when ain't shit? They not going, nothing gonna change.
Because we in times that we've never experienced before, right? But back then, you might could get away with pen on the sideline, and like, you know what? That's just those crazy women. But we in unprecedented times. Do you understand that
Aaron's trolling. Aaron, I called the chick a 304 on the network I was on. I got suspended fire.
I'm not talking about you, Q. Nobody's saying you ain't doing what you need to do.
This is so bull.
The point that I'm okay, Ricky, you got it. I need a second because they drive me crazy.
Sorry, I agree with Q on this one, bro.
Right, I agree with
you. Right, because the truth
you.
of the matter is this: I keep trying to tell y'all.
Hey.
If you're not responsible for someone, there's no way in hell you can hold them accountable.
Exactly.
I'm not responsible for that person. That person's not. I can suggest all day. I can talk to our blue in the face, but until you're responsible for a person, they're gonna take it the way they take it. Guess what? Y'all don't have to believe me, bro. It's time for segregation.
Right.
I know y'all hate that word. I know y'all hate it.
But I didn't say that though. I'm sorry, Rick. I didn't say that she need to hold them accountable. I never said she need to hold them accountable.
But you said,
Ricky, where is the point?
Hold on,
you should hate them.
What they need to do, they have to separate themselves. They must separate themselves.
Where's the point where we separate?
Right? Because then you can distinguish. The problem is, and let me just be honest with y'all. The problem with black people right now is y'all don't know for who from who. Right? Y'all don't know who from who. You don't know who the hoes is. You don't know who because they look so alike. They stand so close together. You don't know who the good dudes is and the pookies is because they look alike. They stand together. Right? So it's getting to the point where, and again, I want to address what Izzy said, and this ain't no knock. You did what you had to do, right? But the thing is, when it comes to a contractual agreement, right, your actions speak louder than the paperwork.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what's going on with our people. And I hear what Aaron O's saying. We see all these women who call it, and this is in this space because there's never anybody on this panel. Right, but in these spaces, in these chats, you see people and women, right? Women saying, oh, this and this, that and this, right? You a good girl, but then when some shit come out that y'all know is truly unjustified and not right, y'all riding with that bullshit. When it's a hoe getting slapped down and getting a riot act to her, y'all taking up for her, saying, why y'all talking to her like that? Rah, rah, rah. That's what I'm saying. You not no good girl. I keep telling y'all, look at these people and follow their actions. They tell you who they are. You the one who responsible for separating yourself from that person. Exactly. You. The only thing you can control is you. Y-O-U. The three most important languages in the English language. The three most important letters in the English language. Y-O-U. The only thing I can control is this. I can try to influence that. I can try to move that. But the only thing that I can guarantee results with is this. This. That's why I keep telling y'all, be right. If you right in your movements, if you moving and you upright and you honorable as a man and you have good standing and you stand 10 toes down, then the people around you will let you know who should be around you or not. Exactly. I keep trying to tell y'all the truth hurts, but standards don't hurt nobody. Standards protect me and you.
O-U and Y, I think it would be.
Right. Y-O-U. Right. That's why I keep telling women, all you have to do is be in your feminine. That's it. Because any man that take advantage of that, you should know off bat he ain't for you. Right? But y'all thinking y'all got to be these boss bitches and shit like that. It's not necessary with a real man. A real man wants you to be you. He wants you to be a lady. I keep trying to tell y'all the game don't change, only the players, baby. And y'all players don't know how to play the game.
And that's why I said, you know what? It's funny that I think a few people on the panel go, who's been married for quite a while. We say, I mean, it may make some people upset. It may hurt their feelings. I don't care. But I said, honestly, if I was in a position where I was single right now, when I was like, it'd be too easy. It seriously would be easy to get a decent female. It's so easy to me. But no, it's different, man, because it'll be easy. The mindset and how it is right now and how these females are moving, it's easy to spot out the ones because, like you mentioned earlier, if they sitting there, a bunch of hoes looking like hoes all together, I'm not even looking that direction right now. It won't be hard. I mean, it might seem like, dude, you just being cocky. No, I'm just saying it would be easy.
Exactly.
They always, hey, Renaissance, they always tell us that we've been out of the game too long. We don't know what we're talking about. But
And
you
see,
have to understand, we've been with the same woman, even though there's different women out there. We got a good woman perspective. So to go out here, I have to agree with you, Renaissance. It'd be like,
I mean, folks acting like hoes didn't exist when I mean, man, they existed. But what I wanted to say though is that I wanted to get to this. If I can, real quick, I want to say this though, is that when it all comes down to it, man, we can sit here and say these things all day long about what these women, what they do, and all this stuff. These modern women, which I tried a few times on my channel to actually invite them to come on. They seem not to exist. I'm not saying they don't, but I know they do because I hear people talk about it. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying that. But I really wanted to try to get something together, even within our city, say, who are these women, where they are, so we can sit down and talk with them. I want to understand this mindset. But I do know this, no matter what, when it all comes back down to it, they cannot sit there and combat with their nature. If you are finding something within them, they cannot combat that nature. I think somebody mentioned earlier, saying when you get to a certain point, all of a sudden that clock goes off and you're like, man, it's too late now because that nature kicked in. You can call it biology, you can call it a biological time clock, you can call it what you want to. That nature is going to kick in. So even though these women might say these things with their mouths,
but here's the thing, MRM. I'm sorry to cut you off there because I agree with that.
No, you ain't. You won't push me down the stairs too.
Nah. You a little too strong, so I can't afford to do that. And I ain't got my life.
So you said, hold on. We're not gonna skip that. So you just saying I'm weak.
Ageism going on right here. Ageism. Look at me.
OG. No, what happened was I already had your life insurance policy in place. I gotta have his in place for a little bit longer before because then they're gonna catch me.
Israel,
so it's just business. No, hold on. Hold on, MRM. I want to meet you there. Here's the problem, because you say people can't combat their nature, but here's the problem, though, right? Life stops for no one. Time stops for no one. But here's the thing: we all get the options of choice. So reality and life will teach you, but at a point, you will reach a limit where there is no turning back. You'll reach a point where you cannot have children no more. It's out. It's over. So no matter if your nature hits you, then that's life. And so that's the thing we dealing with, is that this stuff is hitting them late.
Right. So what
early? Go ahead.
Right. So what I'm getting at though is that if you come across somebody, that's why I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's to be cocky or anything like that. I'm just stating facts. That's why I said if I was to come across somebody that was in that mindset that y'all talk about, these modern women, based on conversation, how I am, it will be easy to snag them because their nature is going to kick in based on the type of individual that I am. They seem to be attracted to that. It's natural for them to do that. But the thing is, you got so many men all the time, man. See, these women, but they ain't going. And the women is listening to that, like, yeah, especially when you being like that. I definitely ain't. But when you got somebody up there, they see the confidence in you and they see how you moving and all that, they naturally would be attracted to that. That matter of fact, to be honest, they can't even. Billy, hold on, Billy.
Y'all niggas ain't shit.
With that though,
y'all bitches ain't shit. Kanye ain't got no money.
Check it out. With that being said, though, that's why naturally, even in the animal kingdom, the ones that seem to get the females seem to be the one that display the most masculinity, the leadership type thing. They're drawn to that. They can sit there and say with their mouths all day, no, that ain't right, dude. But yet at the same time, why does it seem like you always seem to be adapting to certain men that seem to be actually stabilized? That's why they say sometimes, why are these women trying to get these married men? Because what is that displaying to them on a subconscious level? They gravitate to that. They cannot help it. They can say with their mouths, I got my money, I'm independent. But yeah, so you just doing the due diligence of what any human being should be doing. Taking care of yourself, having your money, having a job. What makes you special? But at the same time, if they come across somebody that's sitting like they got their stuff together, stable, strong, got a mindset, I'm leading, I don't have to sit there and have your approval to do anything. They seem to naturally be attracted to that. So I'm not saying there's going to be a biological clock, but what if they come across somebody's path like that? And that's why I say, if I came across any of their paths like that with my mindset and how I am, I know it'd be easy. They can't fight the nature on that.
No, I got you on that. I just want to make sure Q understands. Nobody, I wasn't talking about you specifically, Q. No. Just to be clear, you still should hate these damn women. But you don't got to calm down. You ain't got to hold them accountable. You ain't got to go to their house and be like, hey, you still should hate them though. That's all I'm saying. Because what happened? Do you hate anything?
I hate pedophiles.
So you have a point where you hate something. is my
But
point,
pedophiles
right?
and hoes are not in the same place. Let's just be honest. Why
But
should I even care? Or listen. Why should I even give energy to hoes? Why? Look at Brittany Renner. She just said that she regrets having a high body count. She regrets giving her body away.
Okay, so okay, I get that, I get that, right? But what happens?
That come off handle?
What happens to pedophiles when they go to jail?
I hope they should die. I think they should die.
Ask Brittany Griner.
So, Billy, chill, bro. But that was wild. So the thing is, though, the men mean what they say. We mean what we say, right? With y'all just I just don't like them. I won't hang around them. No, hate them the way that you say you hate pedophiles. The men prove we hate them. We prove it.
You know? Wait. Are you sure?
Are you serious?
There's a lot of men. There's a lot of men still effing hoes. That's no. If you really hate
nobody hate hoes. What are you talking about?
But you just said men hate hoes too.
No, I did not.
Ain't nobody say we hate hoes.
Prior.
I just did a whole video on men love hoes. What are you talking about?
No, what did you?
I know they do.
Aaron, what
I said pedophiles. Pedophiles.
Oh, that's
men
what you're talking
prove
about.
that they hate them.
Men don't like pedophiles.
Okay, sorry. That was my fault.
We love a good hoe.
Hoes. Okay.
Yeah, men love hoes. Go watch that video if
Wait,
you missed because I think you're gonna like it. It was actually
Did you say
good.
we love a good
women
hoe?
should hate hoes, but us hating hoes, what is that?
I never said you need to hate her. I never said hoes.
People love Marilyn Monroe.
Women that say they don't need men. Let me ask you a question. If a woman says that, hating her, what is that going to do?
So
her mindset is not going to change.
What Marilyn Monroe
mindset that loves those type of women or likes it's
so
not going to.
So let me tell you what it does. Right? Let me tell you what it does. It does exactly what Ricky said you should do. Separate. When you hate something, you do everything in your
but
nature
I
to
already
get away from it.
separate. As I said, they're not on the same level as me. That's separation. I said that.
Okay, so cute. That could be your form of how you hate them. I don't mind.
Hate is this word, but
see that's the thing. That's exactly what it needs to be. Strong is the point that I'm in. It requires more than it ever used to. It may have used to just be those hoes or whatever, or those trashy women. The point of it is now in the state that we in, Ricky's like it's over with. He said it's over with. I didn't say it's over with months ago.
But Aaron,
I say don't tell me how to spend my $40.
I think in my eyes, what I've seen, women that are out there listen to more men than women. So I think the hate should really come from men. Because I feel like I would see more women changing than me hating them, a woman. Because you know what? You men, when y'all say, oh, she does this, she does that, y'all don't really get called names. But us, we get pick me, mammy, all these type of names. They don't give the same energy if you guys say the same shit that we say.
Okay.
So they get called simp.
Wait. Stop right there, right? Stop right there, right? Hold on. Stop right there, right? Stop right there. So we know JB and Cam just got married, right? They called her a pick me. But you know what she did? She like those women out, they got their mind. She went off. She made sure she separated herself like hell. Keep those women away from me. She was outspoken about it. She talked about no. Listen, no. Yet listen. She might carry herself a certain way, and I never said you have to say you hate them. It's in the actions of separation. Is the point that Ricky was trying to make. I don't want to get caught up on the words of semantics. It's in actions, right? She got married. What did we just see? What happened with Tamika and Jedi?
Engaged.
She's a pick me. What's happening? The point that I'm making is, as you separate from those women that these men cannot stand, you put yourself in a position to be found. But as long as you are like, well, I just gonna acknowledge that there's something wrong with them. You ain't separating enough, because like I told you, we, like y'all said, hoes is winning. The reason why y'all think that, y'all can't distinguish the difference between a wife and a hoe. Y'all don't know what the difference is.
Is it y'all a man? Are you talking about y'all meaning men or y'all meaning women?
Hey, Q, hold on. Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you right quick.
The man can't tell the difference either.
So the $40. That's why you need $40.
Is that my fault though? If these men can't,
hold on. Let me get. I know. Let me get the point out. Hold on.
$40 established.
Listen. Men are saying, "Yo, I can't tell the difference. You wearing that? You wearing that? Y'all hanging out? Y'all in the same damn areas? I can't tell the difference." So until you become the pick Misha of the universe and separate yourself so heavily, then a man can the trees will move and only you shall be saw. That's
is
the
it my
point.
fault though, or because Modern just said that he can find a next wife quickly?
Okay, but he's taken. It don't matter what he's saying. He's
your price is more than $40. Okay, we know.
No, wait. Stop worrying about it with a man that ain't never getting
Hold
divorced.
on.
Gotta say, it don't matter right now.
Wait a minute.
He not coming to hold on. He not coming to the market. He's not coming to the market to save you. The men that are available.
Island Q, Island Gal, hold on, Island Gal. Let me help you out.
Jesus Christ.
To Renaissance point is this: because we've been in a relationship for the period of time that we have, you and Amber are pick-me's. Y'all straight up pick-me's, because the way you conduct yourself, and I have to, agree with my daughter. Y'all ride on principle. Brittany preaches that all the time. Y'all ride on principle. So for somebody like me, you or Amber be like, boom, it'd be like tunnel vision, easy, no problem, no issue, because it wouldn't be that hard to work a relationship with you two because of the standards that we have.
I was saying that months ago after the meetup.
Jesus. Okay. I'm trying, Amber. I'm trying so hard. So all I'm saying is,
y'all know what I'm talking about.
You two are easy. What I mean by that is, you guys are, like to Aaron's point, the trees in the forest wood part, because the way you conduct yourself and the way you guys carry yourself. Y'all don't carry yourself like a thought, or like you say, the hoes and everything. Q, that's not even a part of your vocabulary in your conversation.
She is not a thought.
They're not even, as we say in the military, they're not even in your company, your platoon, or nowhere in the vicinity, nowhere in the map. So you don't have to worry about them.
Illuminated, I'm not worried, but Aaron says that I should hate those type of women. Why?
No.
Yeah, can I?
Okay.
Can I expound on that?
You getting caught up on hate and how you need go ahead.
Well, but so can I expound on that a little bit? I am in agreement with Q. You do not have to hate or have disdain towards anything to know that you're not in alignment with it and be caught up with it. So I think that's just the difference of, I don't hate women who are considered hoes. I'm not, their actions or their thought process.
Do you like them? Do you like them?
I don't know any to say if I like them or not. I don't hang with them. Like,
so you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Do you like them?
Let me finish. You raging right now. Let me finish. Thank you. You do not have to have disdain or hatred, anger towards something to realize it is not in alignment with your purpose or who you are and operate it, to have a strong opposition or separate yourself from it. You don't have to you just have to see it, acknowledge it, know what it is, and not be involved with it. You don't have to hate it. Yo,
100% agree.
Possibly a different word than hate.
I don't know about y'all.
I remember him saying.
I remember him saying, "Don't get caught up on the word." I already said that.
Yes.
I didn't already say that.
So I appreciate what Illuminated saying. I hope Q don't mind me saying this. When I showed up in this space, out of everybody who I met, me and Q were in alignment, because the things we practice, the things that we speak about, the things we pray about spiritually, mentally, me and Q naturally just kind of gravitated towards each other.
Both of y'all crazy too.
Hold on, I just came up here to say Q.
I'm just playing.
Oh, let her finish her point.
Girls, I love y'all. Go ahead.
They have no type of patience. You know that, Modern Renaissance.
No, I just came up here to say Q. That's all.
So my point is, there was no conversation me and Q need to have about who we not going to hang with, who we not aligned with. We just naturally gravitated because we think alike, we speak alike. The things we share on social media and talk about inbox and outwardly is the same. Right. We don't need to say we don't. That's a hoe. Stay away from her. We just I don't rock like that. That's not the type of stuff I'm into. I get a negative energy from her, and we just keep it moving. There's nothing that needs to be said. Or as what Ricky would say, what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
You guys make assessments all the time, right? In order to make an assessment, you must identify, right? So my guess is, if you're not hanging out with no hoes, If you're not hanging out with none, you made an assessment that those are the type of women you don't want to hang out with, right? If you made that assessment, you like, I don't want to hang out with those type of women, then you acknowledge it, you've identified it, right? You know they exist. You know you don't like them because that's why you don't want to be around them, right? You identify something in.
I'm sorry, you can identify what even a man or a woman is about based on a conversation, what they covet, what they talk about all the time. And you can assess that this is not going to be a fit. This is not going to be a good business partner. This is not going to be a good teammate. This is not going to be a good spouse, a good friendship. You can tell what a person covets. If a woman is keep talking about niggas and for me, I would say dumb shit, we have nothing in common.
And
that doesn't mean I hate her.
Exactly. Someone brought up a good point. That prostitute chick that came on the stream on Lapeef, I called her a hoe. And you know what happened? It
You
got
talking
shut
about
down.
Logic, friend?
First of all, wait. That's not
Logic. She was messing with married men.
Hold on.
So she was messing with married men.
A lot of people was defending you. She is a hoe. A lot of people were saying that.
Well,
y'all talking about Logic,
homegirl?
Well, Billy, I also brought her up at the live show, and then you know what? The
Right,
next time
okay.
let's not talk about that. No, she's a hoe. If you mess
Okay,
with
wait. Who was defending?
We talking about the same person.
Who was defending her?
Men.
Okay.
Logic was
which
defending
okay,
her.
which men
Hold on.
You got
Come
Ricky
on now,
scratching his head.
Ricky,
you got Ricky scratching his head.
So the thing is, like I said,
it was Logic and
I
Quest
know that.
defending that hoe.
I know some women was defending her. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you know who? What type of women defend hoes?
And Ricky, wait, stop right there, Ricky. When you saw,
I'm just saying.
No, Ricky, hold on, Ricky. When you saw those women defending them, didn't you go, gotcha? Didn't your eyes go, I see you?
Mm-hmm.
They made it extremely okay.
Oh, because they was hoes too.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Let me.
No, they was hoes too, Eric. You just like they hoes. If you gotta go, they hoes, bro.
Well, no, I'm not saying because the reason why is because you could defend something because you have an understanding, whether you agree with it or like it's not the same, right? So
most women who have an understanding of prostitution are prostitutes.
Hoes defend hoes. Let's just be honest. When I
Right,
called Jada,
exactly.
when Logic called Jada a hoe, Jada's not a hoe. There was a whole blowback. Come on,
Right, because you paying that bitch.
Like, let's just be honest. Why can't we call hoes hoes? It's like it's.
Because men love
Oh,
them.
wait.
You
You
brought
let me
your
tell.
hoes
Wait.
to the
Hold
Waffle
on. Wait. Let me tell you why you can't. Because you can only call people stuff when they're hated. People that are hated, we can say whatever we want about pedophiles. We can say whatever we want, and people gonna be like, "You goddamn right, hell yeah, burn them, get rid of them." You can say whatever you want because they're hated. So that was part of the reason was I was symbolizing the language of hated, because once you make something hated, you can distinguish it that way. There was a reason I used that terminology. And now that through this conversation, you see why it's highlighted now. So maybe you kind of want to say,
all right, Aaron, to go against that point, is Logic a trick?
Oh my gosh, what is we doing?
So what I'm saying is,
our homeboy.
Aaron,
yo, I love Logic. He's my homeboy. He's your homeboy too. But my homeboy is a trick.
What's it?
No,
hey, Q,
this is crazy.
Q. What's happening is
He
they're
does trick
redefining
shit.
the language and redefining what words mean.
Take it out with Logic,
and that's
bro.
what we're.
If he come up here, I'll talk to him
in
about
this
it. But I'm just
generation.
saying, we were talking about
Amber,
the whole.
you heard what I'm saying, though, right?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
I'm trying to hear you.
So
Eliminate
what
it.
I'm saying is, to Aaron's point, you know, in our generation, and to like Ricky was saying, people misunderstand. They feel as though Renaissance was saying it. They feel as though when we was growing up that these things weren't happening. The thing that you guys, and I always get on Aaron about this, is you guys got social media. We had what we call the neighborhood. Everybody in the city, they knew who was who. Even a city as big as Chicago, everybody know who. Oh, that girl from the South Side, name got around. That girl from the East Side, her name got around. Everybody knew. It's just that y'all just got a click of a button. That's all you got to do. Post something on Facebook Live, boom. Did y'all hear about? I'm not gonna use none of the women on this panel because they're not like that. Y'all hear about Susie Q? Oh man, that girl. Did you hear about her? I mean, it just perpetuates. And then so somebody in Chicago can hear about somebody all the way in California. Yeah.
Billy, you got timed out. Billy's not looking at
Read
the
carefully.
Yeah. So that's why I say they're redefining words, they're redefining, and we use the word in this space a lot, social construct. So they're building the social construct, redefining terms and what they mean. So when we come with our terms, it's considered hate speech, it's politically incorrect. So they're doing all that now to build this social construct to make Amber and Q, oh, you must accept this. Well, we used to call them, grandma used to call them fast. We used to say promiscuous. But what they're saying
Isabel.
it's yeah, that too. That was a famous one. Now what they're saying now is she's exercising her sexual liberty. See how non-convicting that sounds. See how that sounds, Amber, whereas, oh, she's just exercising her liberty and her freedom because men and the patriarch has been doing this for so long. So what we're going to do is we're going to exercise this sexual energy, and they put all these fluffy terms and put marshmallows on top and everything, and it sounds so nice. But when Aaron comes back and say, no, Q come back and say, no, she's a hoe. Oh, you don't have to use such language like that. She's not that. She's got a
They
body
kill
count.
me with
No,
that.
Yeah, she a hoe.
no.
They kill me with that.
And like Aaron, you mentioned earlier about the pedophile, right? You know they're trying to put into legislation to change that around to we have to call them maps. So you see,
Oh no, they already did that. It's the same thing in Tennessee.
Hold on one sec, because I want to highlight, because my bro JB actually did a show on it a few months back. I forgot what they call in the new phrase now, like child attraction, something like
it's
that.
minor attracted person.
Yeah, JB brought that to the light. I don't know if I was on that panel or not.
Yeah, Q. I said something about that where Tennessee started. Tennessee changed the thing, and I posted it up on my Instagram. Where
they're trying to get it to where you can't. It would be considered hate speech if you call them pedos or pedophiles. You're going to start calling them maps, minorly attracted persons.
Yeah. So we, like I said, we in strange times. We in unprecedented times, and it's gonna cause different actions than we used to doing. That's all I'm saying. Don't get caught up on the words. Focus on the actions. That's
think about it. Pearly and Andrew, Pearly and Andrew Tate, they just did that show yesterday, right?
I ain't watched.
They already on their ass.
We've been doing
for the conversation that we having right now.
Go ahead, Q. You were trying to say something?
That's like, when women don't like the word submissive. Like, what's next? Now we can't call women women. Like, what?
No, you can't call women women. You can.
That's correct.
You can.
What kind of dumb stuff is that?
You can't call women women now.
Bro,
they completely redefined y'all.
Q, you haven't seen the videos where the girl is talking about men can get pregnant and the dude like, what? What are you talking about?
I don't really venture off of YouTube. I stick to watch like.
No, this was an actual interview, and they was on there talking about something.
Candace Owens and the guy is I used to like him.
Matt Walsh.
Very educated. Yeah, no, not Matt Walsh. The brother, that graduated from where did he graduate from?
Oh, the cop dude, right?
No, he's not a cop.
No, not
he's
Brandon Tatum.
Okay,
not Brandon Tatum. It's the other brother. Matter of fact, he interviewed Bishop Jakes. What is his name? When I say his name, you'll know who I'm talking about, Renaissance. Because he used to be on CNN, but he got kicked off for saying something.
Oh, the black,
yeah.
I know you're talking about the dude. He was saying something. Women or the dudes could get pregnant. And the dude was like, "What?"
Mark Lamont.
Yeah, there you go.
That dude.
Did Brittany B's comment, Aaron?
Yo, but congratulations to JB and his wife. Congratulations, y'all.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. I've already. Shout out to JB. So I already read it, right? The thing is, Q, when you brought it back up, me and Ricky had already came to the understanding. He said, let's focus on the separation. I said, yeah, that's a better way to describe it. It's not so much getting caught up on the word. It's the actions that will allow you to do so, right? When you actually hate something, you move and act a different way. And that's why I highlighted later. When we say we hate pedophiles, nobody can defend them. Nobody can. Now, we know we're trying, but I can say whatever the hell I want, and most people going to cheer. Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. If I could get you to hate these type of women, we would put them in a space where everybody would support that hatred and support the outcasting of it. That's the point of the statement. It's not so much
No, I fully agree. But let me answer this. What's going to make a bigger impact? Me as a woman hating them, or men not associating with hoes in general?
So here's the thing, right? It's not.
No.
It's
Which
not.
one? Answer. Which
No,
one is
no.
the
But
bigger impact to women?
I can
Hoes.
answer it, but remember, it's not about a hoe thing. Men don't have problems with hoes. I've already did a whole show on it. Men love hoes. Okay,
exactly.
That's never going to stop. So I'm not telling you to have an issue with hoes.
Can I rephrase the question? Can I rephrase the question?
Okay, rephrase it.
So instead of me and Q hating hoes, shouldn't our energies being focused on us being the type of women that most men say they want?
Yes, but I never said hate hoes. Once again,
he said hate the women that say they don't need men.
The specific type of hoes love men. Like, and there's and as much as we don't like it, there's a purpose for hoes. They exist for a reason. Whether we like it or not, they have a purpose. They have a purpose. And I highlighted in my last show. I mean, if y'all will go back and watch it, at least the opening monologue, you know how I do with my monologues. You know what I do. I'm telling you, they have a purpose. I don't have
push OGs down the stairs.
Yeah. I love my OGs. I love my OGs. They highlight the thing. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to do my best to kind of put it to it, right? Just what does it just say? Just walk in and comment, men love. I just literally did a show on this. I never said they didn't. Come on now. I've been telling y'all for the longest they do. I did a whole show that said women make men hoes, which I still think is true. But anyway, the point that I made, I'm fine with that, Amber. Absolutely. You can definitely do your best to separate them. I've just found when people hate something, they are the best at separating themselves from something that they hate.
But you know what? But do you know what the opposite of hate is?
Love.
I know y'all want to get caught up.
No. Because words doesn't matter. It's actually indifference.
Yeah, no, that's fine too. That's why I said I don't want to get caught up on it. If your action is I'm gonna do this and that's gonna be indicative of that, it'll lead to this. Cool. I didn't want to get caught up on it. That was the whole point. But we did because we on the battles and we're gonna battle it out. And in the end, it worked out because they're not gonna attach it to something that's more poignant. So it's fine. But once again, men love hoes. I'm not never gonna make y'all try. No, I'm not gonna advocate for y'all to be like, no, I hate hoes. Men love them.
I think weak men love hoes. That's how I look at it.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. I did the whole show on it. I'm not reiterating. As a matter of fact, we actually need to close the show. We actually need to close the show, Trucker. Yeah, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because the conversation will continue to get pushed forward. But we've done a lot here today. We got some good content. I think I said I put the white on. Y'all see the white? Y'all like that? I put the white on because I'm in pristine form today. Okay. I was on fire today. I mean, just beautiful today. Okay. This is a show that everybody could enjoy.
You were raging just a little bit. You were raging.
No, I don't have no rage. I don't have. Listen, look.
Can I ask the question over? What do you think is going to make a bigger impact to women?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We go back to that. The bigger impact.
Women separating themselves or men separating themselves from those type of women.
Yeah, I got you. So the quicker answer to that, for the most part, the bigger impact is twofold, right? I think men doing certain actions can sometimes make women change, but I do think most women see themselves in other women. Like, for instance, straight women think other women are more attractive than men. The most beautiful people on the planet are women, even to straight women. Y'all don't think men are more attractive than women. As crazy as that sounds. So y'all have an affinity and a love for women that exists within y'all. And so y'all do aspire to be like other women. As much as y'all say, I want to be different, women will say, oh, I wish I had her hair, or oh, I wish I could do this, or I wish this. Y'all aspire for those type of things. So it's twofold, right? But here's also the bigger point. I can't tell women to stop being women, right? There are certain things that women are just going to do and be, and men understand that. Men are going to be men. They're not going to stop messing with hoes. So because I know I can't get the men to stop doing that, I have to utilize the influence that women do have over other women, because they do have it. Now, you may feel like it's limited, and hey, the men, if y'all just stop doing this, then the women will follow. Well, the short answer is men stop giving out marriages, but the actions of y'all is not, I was going to be better wives. That ain't what's happening. So it can be hyperbolic. We go to the ends of the earth with this conversation. So I would concede, if your point is men stop messing with hoes, they will stop being hoes. Sure. But I don't expect men to stop doing it because hoes serve a purpose. I don't think that hoes don't have value. They do. They have a purpose in this world to deal with certain type of men, and those men will deal with them. That's what the truth is. I'm just saying women have a purpose as well. Certain women have actions that they can do. Other women see those actions. Women lead. There are women leaders that lead over other women. It just exists. And so when y'all say, "Oh yeah, we need representation. We need to see it to believe." Y'all need to see women do it. We got a bunch of men. Why y'all asking for women if y'all not worried about the appearance of it or the leadership that y'all think other women have upon y'all? So it gets complicated, right? But that's the thing. We can dive into this on another day. Because I do want to tell you, Jay Prince and them is going live soon, and I want to make sure that we continue to support them as well. And I don't want to hold up their block. And also, I think we've got a good amount of content here, and I don't want to oversaturate it with just a bunch of random thoughts that tend to happen at the end of streams. I like to rail it back in. Right? I'm just being honest. I like to rail it back in because it tends to happen.
That's a lie.
Hey, so all I want to say is shout out to the panel. All I know is I'm gonna have the intellectual people on my side. Q, Amber, Renaissance, Chucky Yale. They're gonna come over there on my side. We're gonna have
after you getting up, after they pick you up from falling down the stairs and put you in a wheelchair, they will.
Hey, illuminated. Don't worry about it. You got somebody in there. You got orthopedics, so I got you.
And modern Renaissance got to roll with me anyway, because they won't let us in a dark skin or light skin club. So he got to roll with me. So it don't even matter.
Where do you think
it don't even matter? Hey, look, listen. But after you done fell down the goddamn stairs, after you fell down the stairs, I collect my insurance money and share with modern Renaissance. We vibing. We vibing together.
Renaissance. You gonna do your brother in Christ like that? I seen you shake your hands. Now what is
Damn. I said that's the end of the show. We got to go. Thank y'all so much for listen. We so close to 1,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate y'all. This was a phenomenal show. I had a great time. Listen, the goal always make you think and push the conversation forward. That's all what I aim to do. And I hope I continue to provide that for y'all. Thank y'all, everybody that supported the show and hit the Cash App and supported me. A special thanks to Janet. Janet always, after every show, she just always supports and just says, great show. It's something simple, but I do appreciate it, and I want to acknowledge her. So, Janet, thank you for always being a constant supporter. I do appreciate it. Also, my bro, JB, he definitely supported. I appreciate you as well. Listen, dope conversation, dope panel. One of the best panels in a minute now. You know what I'm saying? See, whenever you talk about them husbands, they just pop up. Ding! They just pop up out of nowhere. I'm a husband. Woo! You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I hope y'all have fun. Go back and watch the old stream of Men Like 304s. Okay, I ain't make this up. Okay, I ain't making this up. But listen, I'm gonna drop the link. Jay Prince going live soon. Make sure you support him. Make sure y'all hold him down like we always do. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, but I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I was not raging. Stop saying I was raging. I was passionate. I'm also here to make sure people enjoy the show. Okay, I'm here to make sure they enjoy the show. I'm here to be authentic. I'm here to be a little loud. I'm here to be.
Can I say something real quick, Aaron?
You messing with my outro.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say thank you to Janet too. I've never said her real name, but since you did, I'll follow your lead. But thank you, Janet. If you're listening, I get your support as well, but I've never wanted to say your name. So that's it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say her last name, but yeah, no, she's dope. And listen, everybody that's constantly supportive, but every time after the show, a lot of the shows just something short, simple, but it keeps you moving. It's like, damn, okay, thank you. So, but like I said, I appreciate everybody. Every like, every subscribe, every push, every time y'all show up to support. Everybody do it in different ways. It's not unnoticed, so I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. But listen, we got to get up out of here, okay? Overdrive, we was locked in. Now y'all can take y'all seatbelts off, okay? We was locked in. Go ahead and take your seatbelts off and relax. And let me see if I got the link. I will drop it in the chat. I think I did. That should be the link to Jay Prince Show. Make sure y'all ride over there and support him because you know they're going to be doing their thing as well. I got to run. I got to do some things, but I appreciate y'all being here with me. It's a special edition because, you know, I'm off today. Don't be expecting me to pop up on these random days and be doing these streams. You know what I'm saying? I'll be working too much. All right. All right. But I wore the white. Make sure y'all put a comment at the end of the video that say how much y'all love me in white. Maybe I'll start wearing white more. Maybe I'll do a better show when I'm in white. Ladies, if you're not a virgin, don't wear white no more. Anyway, we's out of here. Overdrive is signing out. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, everybody on the panel that came up to support Ricky, MRM, Q, Amber. We had so many people up here. OG was up here. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for coming through and supporting. Thank y'all. We gonna catch y'all on the next show. Who knows when it's gonna be? But make sure y'all hit the notification bells. Make sure y'all subscribe and make sure y'all keep pushing it forward because we're going to make sure we keep the show rocking.